Welcome you guys back into my Nice Beautiful life coaching video here. So I understand either way that today's Nice Beautiful topic is making sure that you have all the pricing that you ever need and that you have everything you ever need in your life to make sure that you're growing and that you're prospering every single day and becoming abundant, and just making sure every single day that you're just richer in the process. But understanding either way that I just had to do something. I just realized that either way, guys, I just had to nicely do something with my Nice Beautiful camera where I can go and angle it in a better way. But I understand either way that what's amazing is make sure you're communicating daily so that you can grow. I mean, every single topic of discussion today is communication. And when you understand the word I, you have to understand the word I is everything. Russia, every single day, focus on understanding that you have to go and price yourself today much more than ever before. You have to understand that if you can go and create any kind of event that people are making today, you can also prosper and grow in every single kind of way. But if you only ever wanted to make a vegan event, or how about a rapping event? I mean, how about a sports event? I mean, how about a wrestling event? I mean, you have to be creating all the events of the world. You understand? And now, if you understand that, you have to understand every single day that if you understand anything, you have to understand your word I. So I know my word I only because that's how I grow. And now, if you understand that, no matter what, I always pause and reflect upon how I talk and how I communicate to make sure that everything around me is growing. And now when I'm growing, I'm making sure that I have to price myself in every single kind of way because people online are going to watch me. And now what happens is when I make 1,500 books, when I make 1,500 books, I go online, I post it everywhere online, and I price it for the highest price. You understand? And the highest price means making sure that everybody is going to get something in all ranges of the prices from me, because that's how you sell online. So if you're selling this for 150 grand, you make sure you sell this for 100 grand, and then guess what? You're only doing it for the word I only. But guess what? You're going to price yourself in all the nice, beautiful prices that you can. You're going to sell this to gain $1. You're going to say you're going to sell this to gain $5. You're going to sell this to gain $100. You're going to sell this to gain $75. I mean, but you're going to create niches of services that you can sell to people online to make sure that you are growing yourself. So what you do online every single day is focus upon understanding that if you price people online and you talk to people online, you have to price them if they ask you about information, because that way you're going to make a quick dollar. You understand? Because that's how you understand that. If they ask you, how did you become a vegan? You say, do you have maybe $100 to show you about that? Because if they have no $100 to show you, I mean, they are never in your best interest, you understand? Because guess what? Or else they have to give something to you or values. Because why do I have to go give you knowledge about anything when you never want to give me anything in return? I understand? You have to give me some plastic money in return so that I can do some service for you. You understand? Because otherwise you have no value for me. I never want to work for you. You understand? I never want to work for you for free. I want to work for I for free. You understand? Because there's a big difference between I and you. I never want to go giving you free information, but I give you free information because I do it for I. You understand? I do my nice beautiful everything in life. In terms of life, I give every kind of knowledge I can in the planet because I'm doing my nice beautiful content every single day online. I'm doing it on YouTube. I'm doing it everywhere, but I'm pricing that information also everywhere. You understand? Except YouTube. So YouTube is something that is for free. You know, I'm doing this on YouTube for free because I understand that what's important is that people understand I'm doing free work today. And then either way, understand that what's amazing every single day is go and talk it out every single day, much more than yesterday, and focus on giving people more information today than ever before, and then go and price it elsewhere online. Because somebody's going to go on your nice, beautiful Smashwords or Kindle or whatever, and then what's going to happen is they're going to find your books there, and then somebody is going to note you and give you some plastic money before they even look at your YouTube channel. You understand? Because that's the whole point. So when you understand to price people online everywhere, you have to understand that you increase your chances of making money for yourself. So if you have 1 million products, you can put them online everywhere and or else in all kinds of websites and price it for yourself. You understand? And then what you do is you give it for free as well. You give all the actual content that you ever make for yourself for free also, so that people can actually see it as well. And then what you do is you price yourself as well. And now you have the ultimate bargaining deal, where you have to understand that the ultimate bargaining deal is the most affordable range of prices that you can go and do, which is freedom, and which is making sure that everybody has what they are looking for. Understand? Because every single day you have to understand that people out there need to understand that if you have real estate, for example, and you want real estate, you have to go into the inner depths of the countries of your place where you are now, or you can go around the world. I see plenty of real estate everywhere that you can go and get right now, and you can get somebody in those actual real estates, and they can be giving you money every single week. You understand? And what's amazing is if you go to Serbia today, there's plenty of real estate there. There's so much real estate there that people can be giving you money every single week, and you make so much more than any other country. You have to understand. Now, there are plenty of countries where the economics is going really down, you understand? But what's amazing is understanding that the economy of life is going up, because my economy is going up. I understand plenty of real estate out there is, let's say, for example, the Nice Beautiful Australia has a blue line. Now, the blue line means that the real estate in that Australia, where the coastline is, or else that's a blue color. But what you need to realize is anywhere around the beaches, or else the real estate is really expensive. You understand? So that's never what you want to look for in terms of real estate. You never want to look anywhere around the actual real estate range of, let's say, where the Nice Beautiful real estate is around the blue setting, where you want to give your money to gain those real estates, because it's never worth it unless you get this Nice Beautiful premium deal of over 32 units or over 100 units where you have a Nice Beautiful hotel on the beach. That's the only time you can go and get that real estate, because that's over 100 units, you understand? Because that's on the beach, mostly. You understand? Because that's where you have to go. You understand? Although what's amazing is you have to go everywhere to get real estate. But to start off first, you have to understand that the colors of life is blue, and then it goes yellow, and then it goes red, and then orange. I mean, it actually goes blue, and then yellow, and then orange, and then it goes green, and then red. You understand? But guess what? You also get white areas as well. So it goes blue, and then yellow and white, and then orange, and then green, and then red. And now in the red areas is people where, in terms of life, where there's less people. And now there, you can get some real estate as well. I mean, you can get real estate where there's less people in the planet in those areas. And now those areas right there is the best real estate to get, to start off with. You understand? And why is that? Because the prices are the best prices in terms of real estate for you. You understand? Because, over there, or else the prices of real estate go per 100 grand per real estate, or it can actually even be 80,000 or 40,000 per unit. In a sense, what you do is you get one real estate over there, and then you get someone in there, and then, and those people are farmers, or else those people are going to be working there, doing something, you understand? But they're going to give you rent, and it's a 1 unit. But over 10 years, or else they'll be giving you more than your money's worth, you understand? So what you understand every single day, that when you're going in the inland of Greenlands, or anywhere where there's farmers, or little towns, or else those are the best real estates to get, you understand? So when you understand that it's more further away from the beaches, or else you have to go to that location to search for real estate. Because real estate is in the locations of the red zone areas, or the red colors of life, where it's all mountains and Mount Everest and Antarctica areas. You'll find real estate there, but there's people living there, and now people are making money there, you understand? But you own the real estate, and they'll give you the money. You understand? Although you get the best prices, to start off with real estate. You get one unit to start off, and then what you do is you make sure that they are giving you the cash flow with that real estate, and then make yourself another 40 grand. Because what happens is you have to understand the real estate today is going for 1 unit. You get per 1 unit, you get actually 40 grand. You give 40 grand to gain 1 unit. Understand? Now, over time, you just make more money. For every 40 grand you make in life, you get real estate. There's 100 grand in life, and then guess what? You just make sure you just keep giving much more than that. Understand? You give more than what you get. In a sense, what you do is then you make sure that people are going into the real estate by giving it to the real estate agents to do that for you. Understand? So when you get a real estate, you assign real estate agents to go and fetch people to promote your real estate. And then tenants go and look at the real estate of where to rent. You understand? And then they say, hey, I like this one here because the rent's affordable. But you make sure you understand that it's something that you price it with. You price your own rent. You have to price your own rent. So when you're pricing your own rent, you have to understand that what you do is you make them give you what you deserve, and then over a certain amount of time, you make that kind of rent or that kind of cash flow because you did price your rent. But then what you do is with one real estate unit, you never try to, let's say, do anything with it other than try to get tenants in because that's the best way. But if you go and get more expensive, let's say real estate, which is more affordable for you, because now you have the money. Whereas now, if you want to boost up the rents of real estate here, you have to understand that what's important is make sure you cut the trees. You understand? I mean, the trees, I mean, make sure you leave the trees. You leave the trees. I mean, make sure you make the garden nice and beautiful. I mean, make sure you have a swimming pool. I mean, make sure you have some gyms around town. I mean, make sure you understand either way that what's important is that you have real estate that looks great. I mean, look at Grant Cardone and his real estate, for example, and how he has premium deals and he has these massive real estates, you understand, with over 32 units per real estate that he gets, and he gets all these hotels. But you have to get to that point. And now to get to that point, you have to understand that you have to make the real estate really beautiful for people, and you have to try to fix the real estate as much as you can with 50% of the money that you gain from the actual real estate. Understand? So what you have to understand is with your real estate money, you may give $100,000, but 25% of that money is going toward the bank. Whereas now 50% of that money that you give toward your real estate has to go back into the real estate so that you can fix it. And then you gain 25% of the real estate cash flow. You understand? Whereas for every real estate that you get 25% back. You understand? Whereas now if you make $100,000 off real estate, I mean 25% will go to the bank and 50% will go back into the real estate, but you make just $25,000 from it a year. You understand? But that's how you actually grow it. And then $25,000 per year divided by 12, you have to understand you get a certain number there, and that's your cash flow per month. And then if you go divide by 4 by that number, you get your actual cash flow per week. So either way, if you price per week this amount, you'll get this amount per month, and then you'll get this amount per year, and then you'll get this amount per 10 years. And now in the 10-year section, you have to make sure that in your real estate, that if the real estate is $100,000, you have to be making more than that amount after 10 years. I mean, is that simple? I mean, after 10 years, so if you price your nice beautiful real estate right now at whatever amount that makes something work for you, that is better for you to understand that real estate that is 100 grand, for example, you price it more so that you can make more than 100 grand after 10 years. You understand? Because after 10 years, you have to make your money back from that real estate. You have to price your real estate at 1% rule. I mean, you understand? And now if you price your real estate at the 1% rule, you then make your real estate money back after 10 years. And now what is the 1% rule? So when you're looking for real estate, you have to understand it. It's more important that you understand that every single day that you focus upon understanding that you have to get 1 unit real estate. And now 1 unit real estate today is at margin of 100,000 per unit. You understand? So that is how you get your money back. Whereas now, if you understand what I mean, you have to understand it's really that after 10 years, you make your money back is the 1% rule. I mean, do you understand? Because that's the most affordable rate today. You understand? Whereas now, if you understand that, whereas every single day focus upon understanding that if you price your nice, beautiful real estate, something in terms of life where you can make more than 100 grand after 10 years, you understand? On that real estate, you are prospering for the next 70 years. You understand? Because then you'll make 700,000 off that real estate. I understand? So what's amazing is, let's say you plan to keep that real estate for a certain period amount of time. I mean, what's going to happen is you may have units coming in. You may have more real estate coming in. But what's going to happen is that, let's say you get your real estate at age 28 and you get 1 unit. But then after 10 years, you'll be 38. But you made your money back at 38 with that real estate. But then at 48 and 58 and 68 and 78 and keep on going, you have to understand that in 7 years' time, you'll be 108. You understand? But you made another 600,000 on that real estate because you have somebody giving you money. But now, whereas now, because it's 70 years in the making, you just 7 times your money on that cash flow. You understand? So what do you do with that money that they're giving you in terms of that real estate and that 600 grand? You go and throw it into other real estate. You understand? And now, when you throw that real estate of 600 grand into other real estate, I mean, 600 grand, you can now make 6 down payments of 100 grand to get yourself another 6 units somewhere with that real estate money. You understand? Whereas now, guess what? Whereas that it's multiplying your real estate funds. So understand that individual is going to give you 700,000 for that real estate. You understand? You gave $40,000 to gain that real estate, but you make 700,000 on that real estate in 70 years time. I mean, do you see how real estate is growing. You understand? Because per real estate unit, you give 40,000 per unit, you make 700,000 after 7 years. I mean, isn't that beautiful? I mean, you never have to work again. You understand? Rosh, now, if you understand that one real estate unit makes you 700 grand after 70 years. You understand? So what's amazing is if you plan to live in the next 70 years, you make 700,000 on that real estate unit. You understand? But what you do with the real estate money is make sure you're giving it toward other real estate so that you can spin a tornado, as Grant Cardone says. Because what Grant Cardone says is he has 8,000 units, and that real estate money that he gets from the cash flow goes into other real estate so that he can go and get more real estate so that he can become multi-billionaire even more. You understand? That's what the whole point is. But what you realize now is you have to give the information of real estate as well. You have to give everything of life, but make sure in the process that you're creating your life. And now what do you do with that real estate that you have? You give it to a debt collector, you give it to other people to manage it for you. You understand? You assign managers, you assign companies that go after the people who are renting. You understand? Because who are the people that are going after other people to get the rent and to get the money? I mean, it's the banks. You assign the banks to get people who are working a 9-to-5 job, who are debt collectors or insurance companies, that if you also understand you have to insure all your real estate so that you can also profit from it. You understand? Because if you have no insurance on your real estate and somebody burns your real estate, then you lose all the money. So understand you have to have real estate insurance. So you insure yourself with the bank, and understand either way, you get these debt collectors and these workers who are just agents who just call you up or send you emails saying, hey, you owe us this money or whatever, and if you don't give us the money by this time, we're going to file a lawsuit on you or whatever. You understand? Or either way, the government will go after them. You assign the government to make sure that they are the ones chasing the real estate rent for you, but you give them money in return to do that for you. Understand? I realize that you have to find out how much it is, but I understand either way that it's something affordable for you because you're a real estate individual, so you can afford it. Or every single day, focus on understanding that now, since you understand all the locations of the world, look at the red zones of every country and go in the middle center of every country. That's where you can find real estate. It's that simple, but then that's the red zone area. But then if you understand the green zone area, which is just outside the red zone, that's another zone where you can find real estate. And now the orange zones, this is different. Although in the orange zones, you have to understand to be much more careful here, because here they're pricing real estate at 200,000 and 150,000 and 300,000 and 350,000 in the actual orange zones. But now if you go to the yellow zones, now here the real estate prices jump up to 500,000 to 1 million and to 4 million. You understand? Now it's that quick. But then at the blue zones, now the actual real estate goes from, let's say, 700,000 to trillions of dollars. You understand? Now you have to understand that's how the real estate market is. But if you understand from the red zone areas, you may get real estate at 40,000 per unit or up to 150,000. You understand? Max. If you understand the Greenland areas, you may get a Greenland territory around here in terms of Australia, where it's just farm area around your towns and around your locations. You may get real estate at 50,000 per unit to, you get also from 40,000 per unit to about 200,000 per unit. But understand what's amazing here is it's much more affordable for you. You understand? So the red zone areas are much more affordable. The red zone areas are much more affordable to gain real estate with you, because understand either way that less people are going there. So where less people are today is the best way to find real estate. Does that make sense for you? That's the best way. So where is the less people in the planet to find real estate is where you go to get real estate. That's the most simple way to find real estate today. Now, if you understand now that the numbers are something that must work for you, so you have to understand that first you have to create the 25% of the down payment. So when you're looking for real estate, you have to understand the knowledge behind real estate also. You have to understand every single day, focus upon teaching real estate much more and more so you can find real estate yourself much more and more. So I understand every single day that what's important now is that's the basis of real estate. You understand? So every single day, focus on understanding that information product right there is something that's going to help you for lifetimes. You understand? And it's always like that. It's always going to be that way. So where people are going right now, you have to understand that where people are going is where real estate is going high in price. So you never want to go that way. You understand? You never go where people go to get real estate. I mean, they're going to be talking about you and telling you that, hey, people are going to this zone over here, and they're going to Florida, and they're going to America over here, and they're going to this location. It's going to be packed, man. I mean, there's going to be a lot of people there. I mean, guess what? I mean, you have to understand that it's important for people to talk that. I mean, it's important for people to actually tell you where people are going, so you never go get real estate there. You understand? So what you do is you go get the areas where it's the least amount of people in that country, and that's how you find the real estate that you need. You understand? Because that's the only way you can go and really, really prosper yourself today. But if you try to get real estate today in the blue areas or yellow areas or orange areas, right now here, they scam you. I mean, they scam you much more because that's never where you want to go. But there's plenty of areas around the world where you can go and get real estate right now. And now, if you go around the world getting real estate, you have to assign and call the government there to do some work for them in this culture so that you can get a nice, beautiful paper that says, hey, you are somebody in that field that can help people in that government. So what they do for you is they give you a passport. I mean, they give you a passport, you understand? So that you can go and make real estate around there. I mean, that's how simple it is to get passport papers today, anywhere, in any country. So if you want to live there and you want to be a permanent resident in any country, you go do work for the government, for yourself, to gain real estate there, to help the government. You understand? And that's how you get papers really quickly. But if you understand refugees or somebody who's coming from across the country to work a 9-to-5 job in your country, they have to wait 50 years on a waiting list to even get papers to get into that country and to live in that country. You understand? So what's important is understand that if you make kids with a wife or husband, in terms of a person in that country who has papers already, you can now get papers really quickly to live in that country. You understand? Because you have a baby with that country. Now, that's how simple it is. But if you have nationalities of, let's say, your mother or father is a certain country nationality, but they have a passport there, now you can get yourself a passport also in that country. So, for example, I'm Serbian and Croatian from both sides of my mother, who is Croatian, and my dad is Serbian. But I'm the word I only. I understand, although, that since I'm understanding that my dad, in terms of my biological dad, has my Serbian passport, you understand? And he has a Serbian passport. I can go get a Serbian passport and I can live in Serbia forever. I mean, Croatian passport, I mean, guess what? Whereas my biological mother has a Croatian passport, but Croatian passport today is a Europe passport. So if I just get a Croatian passport, I can live anywhere in Europe. You understand? Because the European zone is now Croatia, and Croatia did move into the Europe zone. So I have an opportunity to live in Australia and Serbia, which is Serbia, whereas Serbia is never a European country right now in terms of the European Union in 2021, but they are eventually going to become the European Union. You understand? Because they have to develop their country first. I mean, everything is in development, but everything is the European Union right now. You have to understand that it's just Serbia has to move into it really quickly now. Now, either way, you must understand that's the goal. The goal is making sure that Europe is the European Union. You understand? Now, that's what's happening right now. I understand, although that what's important is Croatia has already done so, and they're already in the European Union, and they have the euro, but they're keeping their own currency, which is the kuna. And now, I understand either way, you must understand that Croatians now can live anywhere across Europe, but Serbia can only live in Serbia. You get it? Because Croatia is in the European Union, and Europe accepts them because they have a beach. You understand? Now, Croatia's a beautiful country and has a beach. But most European countries like Germany and Austria, and there's also Uruguay and Hungary. I mean, Uruguay is America, but I understand either way that what's important here is understand that Uruguay is more in the South African range. You understand? But what's amazing is, South American range. Guess what? Every single day, focus upon understanding that now since you understand how to really get papers as well, you have to understand that you never go to another country to work a visa in that country. You understand? You never try to work a 9-to-5 job elsewhere. You work a 9-to-5 job in your country because that's the best way. Now, I understand that you want to travel. I understand you want to go to places and see new aspects of life. But if you have to understand that if it works out for you to go to London because you live in Australia, or because you live in your country, you want to go elsewhere to work a 9 to 5 job, you can do it if you want to. I mean, guess what? I mean, nobody's stopping you. But I understand that what's even better is work in your own country. You understand? And then make your riches in your country. Because if you go to another country, otherwise it can be much more difficult for you. You understand? But if it works out for you, apparently you can. And now for myself, to go to another country to work on another 5 job, apparently it never works out for me. I mean, you understand? Apparently now, I understand why. Because I'm much more in Australia, because I have biological family here that I can rely upon. And now I never rely upon anybody except I. And now you have to understand that what's amazing is I have free accommodation here with my biological parents. I mean, everything's working out for me in Australia, you understand? I never need to go to London because I'm Australian or English to work over there as a psychologist when I can do it here in Australia, because Australia has better economic system here than the actual London. In a sense that for me, it's different than for you. You understand? So what's amazing is if you work in just your country, you'll be safer because you have people around that you grew up with, and you have parents there. You have parents with your country. You have parents you have people. You have certain areas that you go to that you feel safe in. And now understand this: you have to feel safer throughout life. You understand? I mean, you have to understand that is the best way. Now, I understand you have to take a risk. You have to do risks. You understand? Because look at Jesus Christ. I mean, Jesus Christ is also doing risks around here. And he goes straight to the people who want to kill him. You understand? But guess what? I mean, that's the only way of life as well. And now, if you understand either way, that if it is something that helps you to move to another country because you're going to make a certain amount of dollars, or you're going to make a certain amount of lifestyle that actually is something that you want to do, I mean, go for it. I mean, if you want to do it, I mean, just go for it. But if it's something that never works out for you, I mean, if it's something that takes away from you, or your time, or health, or if it takes away from your mindset, or if it's too much for you to handle, I mean, just never go there. You understand? I mean, never go anywhere where it's too much to handle. I mean, make sure you understand that if it's too much to handle for you, you have to be able to handle it at the first place. And now, if it's too much to handle for you and you can do it, you go for it. You understand? Now, every single day, focus upon to understand what you want, but go for what you need only. I understand you want to live in the UK, for example, but guess what? I mean, the better decision for you is to live in Australia, for example. I mean, go to the better decision in life. Understand? Because what's a better decision for you is where you must go. And now I understand every single day that since you understand that now, it's more that I move on. I have to move on with my information really quickly because I understand I want to give you everything in one video. You understand? Because every single time that if you want to go and strike up an audience, or you want to, let's say, give people anything about knowledge or material in terms of life, you have to understand that now you have to understand to open up your nice beautiful e-commerce store. And then what happens is you have a Shopify store, you have all these nice beautiful commerce stores online, and go and price yourself everywhere in terms of life. And make sure you're understanding that these videos, I produce it so that I can price it eventually. I mean, I price these videos in my YouTube somewhere else. You understand? I have all this content I'm giving you, I'll price it somewhere else. I put it on audible.com, I put it on Kindle, I put it on anywhere that I can price it. You understand? Because people find me on those websites and they say, hey, I mean, let me check out this guy, for example. I mean, they may give me $10 or something. You understand? Because that's what I do. But I give it for free as well on YouTube. Whereas now, every single day, focus on understanding that if you just do that, you will also prosper. But then you have to go make the money as well. You have to understand, you have to go and get yourself a master's degree, and then you have to go and really understand everything much more. You understand that if you block yourself in any kind of area of life, you are then asking yourself to never ever succeed. You must understand to succeed more. So when anything looks very challenging for you, like a master's degree, or to get real estate, or let's say to travel the world today, I mean, go and find that information. I mean, go do it. I mean, go get the real estate. I mean, go and get the master's degree. I mean, go and travel the world. You understand? Because you deserve it. You understand? Because if you feel afraid to do something, I mean, that's what you must do. I mean, I was so afraid to do the master's degree because I never believed in myself. I was never believing in myself that I was worthy of that information. I mean, you understand? Because now I feel worthy to do it. So why not do it? I mean, why not do the information? Because I understand I can do it. But before, I never did believe in myself that I can do it. You understand? I was believing that other people were smarter than me and that they deserve it over me. You understand? But you have to be worthy to have a master's degree. So what you do is get yourself in debt. I mean, get yourself in $500,000 debt or $1 million in debt so that you can get the education you need to make $10 million. You understand? Now, if you understand that you can do it, you do it. But if you are not unsure that if you go to, if you're unsure about something, you have to get sure about it. You understand? You have to get sure about it. And now, if you get sure about it, you have to go and read the knowledge to do so. You have to understand every single day that more certainty about what you're doing in life is key to your success. The more certain you are, the more successful you are. I'm so certain that I can go and accomplish success more. I understand life. You understand? Now, somebody who's unsure may say that they are unsure about life and that they never want to succeed because they are so uncertain of success. And now who would you rather believe? You go to the individual who says, I'm strong, I'm very successful, I can succeed for you. The other one's going to say that they can never succeed. So you rather go with the ones that say, I can succeed, because they have better communicational skills. You understand? I realize now, every single day, focus upon understanding that if you go and life coach people for free, eventually you'll start pricing yourself. You understand? Because people never value what is free. People never value your time. People never value to even follow you for free information. I give all this free information and I get 35 followers after 700 hours of content I post on YouTube. I start pricing you guys now. I start pricing you because you never follow me. You never follow me. As well. Guess what? Everybody follows me. You understand? If you understand that I just have 35 followers on YouTube and I have 700 hours of content, I may as well price you now as well. Because why? Why not? Why not? Because guess what? What's happening here is I'm giving it to you for free anyway. You understand? I'm giving it to you for free, so I may as well price you as well on it. You understand? That's the whole point. But I understand every single day you must feel deserving of yourself to have more following. So never say that you never have following. You have following. You understand? You have following. You have to understand that every single day, focus on never deleting followers from your life. Never go on Instagram or social media today to unblock or block people that are following you. You understand? Because then you're decreasing your success like that. But never decrease your success. Make sure you're increasing your success and stability to understand now that since you understand much more about it all, you have to understand you have to go broad. I want to create all the events of the world that everybody's creating, and then I want to also create all the pricing of everybody that's pricing stuff in different ways as well. I want to price exactly like that too. Because that's how you get the knowledge, you understand? You have to price people exactly how everybody else is pricing their materials. And you also have to do events like everybody else. Exactly. Understand? Just imagine how many events people can create around the world in different areas. You have to be able to create all those events. That's broad aspects of life. You have to be feeling worthy of that. If you create a meat eating event, you go ahead. You create a meat eating event and you say, hey, today we're going to talk about meat eaters and why they must change. You understand? That's it. Every single day, focus on understanding that the world is working for you if you understand to go and tackle the information. Go and tackle that information and go and absorb it every single day. And then you're going to focus upon understanding that you have to create yourself a Nice Beautiful account on Instagram and social media. And then understand you get yourself a YouTube and Instagram and Mega Drive, and then you have the whole set, because understand that's the only way for me to succeed now. Understand? Because that's where I go to. Understand? I go toward that to help myself in my eye so that I can go and give you all the content in those areas. But then I go to other websites now where I can go and price my material in other websites and undertones and make other people money as well, because I want to make other people money as well. Understand? Now, if you understand how to be rich, you make other people money. Understand? And then they give you the piece of the pie. Understand? So what you do is, if you go on Amazon and you put your price of your book at $20, but then you make $5 of that video or whatever, you make $5, but you price it at $20. They make $15, but you make $5. What? 1 million people get your book. You made $5 million. What do you want? Guess what? Make other people money. Who cares about them? Just go and do you. Understand? Focus on understanding that now your system is making sure that you have to integrate all these links into your Nice Beautiful Instagram and everything you have. But I understand every single day that I put the word I in my Instagram. You have to understand that when you look at my Instagram, you just see numbers and the word I. You see nothing else other than everything that's visual. It's so visual and it's very easy to read. You understand? My Instagram is very easy to read. All you see is the word I and pictures and just numbers. You understand? That's it. Now, other people have captions, for example, on Instagram, and I have captions in my posts as well. So I'm doing captions in my nice beautiful YouTube videos and also my Instagram Reels, and in my Instagram stories I'm just posting images of myself. And now, how many images do I post a day now? I post 10 images into my Instagram stories, but I make sure every single day I'm posting one post. And I post one post of 10 images every single day into my Instagram feed of different backgrounds and different attire that I'll use with different scenarios every single day. So go check it out, enter as my collection. And then I understand either way that I now have Shopify. And now since I have Shopify, I give $60 a month to have Shopify and also my Mega Drive and have Netflix, for example. And those are my subscriptions and YouTube Premium. So that's around $80 a month. Understand? I give, but that's my business. I mean, YouTube is my business. I understand. And now why do I give YouTube Premium? Because I get to watch videos in a little small section of my nice beautiful phone. So my phone's here, but a small video pops up just like that while I'm typing, and I get to watch while I type. And I get to never break up my YouTube audio because I give them $20 because no advertisements happen in my nice beautiful YouTube videos, and that's why I give them the YouTube Premium. Understand? I give them the money because I never want to watch the advertisements. Understand? I have advertisements already in my Word Eye. Understand? So what happens is you have to give people money so that you increase your time and so that you increase your saving of money. So what I do now is if you ever try to talk to me and you want to ask me for information in daily life or online or over a video or anywhere, I make sure you understand. I say, do you have $1,000 to give me to get that information? To your question, I mean, it's $1,000. I mean, how do you rest a dog? I mean, do you have $1,000 to give me before I give you the answer? I mean, if you have $1,000, I'll give you the answer. Roger, if you have no $1,000, man, I mean, listen, I have time for somebody else. You understand? Roger, that's how you do it. You price them $1,000 for every single one question that they ask you. You understand? And price them more than that. You understand? Roger, now, I go by $200,000 per keynote speech right now. I mean, why? Because I'm so confident that I never need to do a keynote speech with them in my life. I never need anybody else to call me to do a keynote speech. You understand? I never need them. I can make my life with myself. And that's why I price other people. I price other people now in all aspects. I price them $200,000 per keynote speech. You understand? And never do it per hour. I mean, never go charging people per hour. I mean, charge people per keynote speech or session that you do. You understand? But I understand either way that you can charge people per hour. I mean, I just choose to charge people per keynote speech of $200,000 per keynote speech. And now they may say, I want you here for 5 hours and speak for 5 hours. I mean, I speak for 5 hours. I mean, you want 24 hours? I'll speak for 24 hours, man. I understand. I love to do it. Anyway, I mean, I want to see. I mean, they may say, hey, I mean, speak for 5 minutes here. I mean, I'll do it. You know? I mean, guess what? I mean, if I give them a set time, I mean, that's what it's going to be then. You know? But I'd rather them choose. You know? Because that's how I am. I mean, every single day, focus on understanding that you get more opportunities by posting that you are going to go and just do you. You understand? So every single day, focus on understanding that now, when people ask me questions online, I say, hey, do you have $50 to answer that question? I can answer that question for you, but do you have $50 to give me? I can do it through PayPal. I can also receive Bitcoin. So you have to understand every single day that people who are so rich in Dubai and all these countries, I mean, guess what? They have all these Bitcoins. You understand? I mean, they give me 4 Bitcoins. I mean, listen, I just go and grab those 4 Bitcoins that they give me, and guess what? I just go give them a speech. You understand? So have a payment method or an investment method, and never use the word payment, but use the word investment. And now use all words. I mean, use all the words you can, but be much more of an investor than a payer. You understand? And now I understand either way that when you're investing money, you're going to be an investor. You're going to be in the business and investor side, as as Robert Kiyosaki says, but Jim Rohn also says that you must work on yourself much more than anything else in the world to make everything come true. You have to understand every single day, focus upon understanding that if you go and do your life, you have to understand you have to receive Bitcoin. I mean, get yourself blockchain technology today, and understand that you can receive people's money in Bitcoin or cryptocurrency today, and then use that for your living, you understand? And use it for giving other people that kind of currency, because people at the airports also receive that kind of money. So you just go and tap your phone and say, I'll give you in Bitcoin. I'll give you in Bitcoin. I mean, what's that? I mean, do you take Bitcoin? Do you understand? I mean, other people giving you Bitcoin, you just give them Bitcoin too. I mean, you understand? So you can do that. You have to do that. You have to do that. You understand? So every single day, focus on doing that, and then use PayPal. I mean, you understand? I mean, use eBay. I mean, go on eBay and sell it and drop ship as much as you can. You understand? I mean, if you understand e-commerce today, right now e-commerce is understanding every single day that if you want to make money in e-commerce, I mean, do all of it. I mean, go and sell all of it. I mean, what are they selling in the dropshipping companies today? I mean, what are they selling at Amazon? I mean, go and sell the same thing. I mean, sell all the material that you can. I mean, how much items today is Amazon selling, really? I mean, everything. I mean, they're selling everything. I mean, go and sell the same thing. So that's how big your dropshipping company must be if you want to make money. I understand? I mean, never limit yourself to just phones. I mean, never just sell phones at eBay. I mean, go sell laptops. I mean, go sell phones from other companies. I mean, just drop ship them. I mean, just drop ship this and this and this and this everywhere, as much as you can. Understand? I mean, as much as you can. I mean, merchandise. I mean, sell your own merchandise. I mean, make sure you create your own merchandise, and make sure you drop ship it to somebody. Because guess what? I mean, that's how you make money. I mean, you understand? So if you want to make money, you can make money when you look for it, and when you price yourself with yourself to understand that you make yourself price yourself in freedom. But then do the work for free, and then just price yourself on your free work. I mean, now you're rich, you're multi-billionaire, you can go anywhere you want. You understand? Actually, it's that simple, but you have to go integrate technology. You have to understand how to use technology. You have to create better videos. You get sold 4 phones sometimes. You get sold 10 phones if you need to do business with 10 phones. I mean, you understand? I have 2 phones. I need 4 phones. You understand? I have to get more phones. You understand? So every single day, every single day, I focus upon understanding. I have everything ready. You understand? I mean, guess what? I mean, every single day, focus upon understanding that your journal is very important. And my journal unlocks me to do all this. I mean, I write and write and write and write and write. I mean, just the other day, I had a woman here sleeping in my hostel, and she says, "Hey, you still journaling after 2 hours?" You understand? And now I understand either way that she said something along those lines. You understand? Although, guess what? I mean, that's how it is. You understand? I mean, every single day, focus on understanding. I say, yeah, I mean, I'm still journaling. You understand? I mean, it's been 2 hours. You understand? I'm still journaling. I'm still writing in my journal. And she's gone for a smoke or whatever. I mean, she went somewhere and she came back she came back after 2 hours, and she's asking me, "Are you still journaling?" Well, I mean, yeah. I have to write down everything. You understand? I mean, I'm journaling all the time. But guess what? I mean, now when you're making events everywhere, you make music events, you make comedy events, you make acting events, you make dancing events, you make any kind of events you can. I mean, try to make all the events you can with yourself and give a live performance and charge people. I mean, say $100 to see me, man. I mean, you don't have the $100. I mean, you can go and see me online, bro. I mean, what? I mean, that's how it is. You understand? Whereas now, every single day, they may say, "Oh, but you charging, man." I mean, yeah, man. I mean, what do you believe? I mean, what are you doing, man? I mean, how much people are you charging for? I mean, guess what? I mean, you tell them I do it for free too. I do everything for free. I mean, where? I mean, guess what? I mean, if you tell them that, you make sure you understand that it's more. You keep it to yourself. You do it for free. You keep it to yourself. You understand? Because that's how you sell them on the money. Because they want just the free road, man. I mean, they want everything for free. You understand? But they never value when you give it to them for free. They never value you. You understand? I give all this information for free, but you guys give me 35 subscribers? I mean, really? I mean, guess what? I've priced all of you now. You understand? I mean, if I come into your local area, you have to give me $1,000. You understand? I mean, just to see me, man. You understand? Because guess what? I'm worth it. You understand? I'm worth more than 1,000. I mean, if I price myself at $1,000 and you see me, you're lucky. I price myself 200,000 elsewhere. You understand? But now, guess what? Russia, that's how it is. You understand? But Russia, either way, you must understand that no matter what, Russia, I never let anybody tell me what to do. I never let anybody try to even take 5 minutes of my life. I mean, what? I mean, do you have? I mean, listen to me. I mean, do you have $100 to give me? I mean, do you have $20 to give me? I mean, do you have $30? I mean, if you have that money, man, I mean, I have to go, man. I have to go. I mean, do you have 100,000 to be on a phone call with me? I mean, if you have no money, man, I have something to do, man. I mean, listen. I mean, guess what? I mean, that's how it is. I mean, they look stupid because they have no money. I mean, they look stupid. I look high value, yeah. I mean, when I say, do you have $10 to give me and you have no $10? I mean, guess what? I mean, goodbye. I understand? I mean, guess what? I mean, do you understand? I just look smarter. I mean, when you price yourself like this in front of people and they ask you questions, I mean, guess what? I mean, if you're going on a TV show, or let's say somebody online wants to approach you to give you an opportunity to give you views and attention, or somewhere they have 50 million followers, or 2 million followers, or 500,000 followers or maybe 30,000 followers, but they want to interview you. You go for free, you do it for free. And then go into their show and go with them and fly all the way to Canada and sit on the top of the mountain with them and do an interview with them. You understand? But give the money so you do it. You understand? You do it for free. You say, I come to you today. I'll get there very soon, but that's your business. You're going to go see Michael Jackson, or you're going to go see these famous people, and they want to interview you, but you say, I'll give the money, man. I'll be in your house doing it with you. You understand? I mean, guess what? I live right now. I live right now. I do it with you. Yes, I'll bring my family with you. Understand? I mean, guess what? I mean, that's how it is. Understand? Right now, you have to take out the rich people for a drink. Understand? Because it's never the other way around. Understand? You have to take me out for a drink, mate. Understand? Because guess what? I give you the information you need. I mean, what are you giving me, man? I mean, what are you giving me? You're giving me some attention here. But guess what? I mean, I love your attention. You understand? But I understand what's important is realize I give you the information you need, and that's why I gain your attention. Understand? Right now, when people around me ask me for anything, I say, hey, I mean, guess what? I mean, I have so much time to do something for my life. I mean, do you have $20 to give me for that information? I understand? And now understand either way that if you go asking people for this money that they want from you, you have to understand that you put yourself in a situation here to understand that they want you to give them that information, but you never give it to them. You never give them the information if they need, if they never give you the plastic money, you never give them that information. It's that simple. You understand? But you give them a business card. You say, hey, I'll just give you my business card then. You understand? I give you my business card because I understand that you have no money. You understand? Now, guess what? You can say that because they're not giving you money. Although, guess what? Now, you have to understand that I always have money. Now, if you say to other people that they have no money, I mean, it means that you have no money. You understand? Now, what you say here is understand that if people are pricing you, you have to understand you give your business card and say, hey, I'll give it to you for free. You understand? Now, if you understand every single day that what you need to do daily is focus upon understanding that those people around you want to meet you and they want to talk with you, but you have to price them. You have to. And then you say, hey, I mean, here's my business card, and that's that. Now, if you do that, it's much better than having to say to price them or something like that. You understand? Because what's even better is understanding that if you give your business card here, you then are pricing yourself already online. So what you do is let them see you first online before you price them about anything. So in daily life, you're much better off giving them free knowledge in daily life. But then what you do is if you're in a hurry, you then price them. You say, hey, I have to understand, but you have to give me $50 for that. You have to give me $50. I mean, guess what? I mean, that's the way it is. I mean, if you want to go somewhere really quickly, you price them. Understand? But you have to price them in daily life too. I mean, now, if you're sitting in a taxi, and then you say, I mean, they ask you a question and you say, hey, that's $100,000. I mean, I'm serious. I mean, they say, I mean, get lost. I mean, they may say that. I mean, guess what? I mean, you make it affordable for them to give you the money. You understand? I mean, if they're rich people, I mean, make sure that it's affordable for them to give you the money. You understand? I mean, if they have $100 million, you say, hey, I mean, give me $2 million from your account. I help you, man. You understand? I mean, guess what? I mean, just make sure you're charging them. You understand? Right now, every single day, focus upon understanding that if you charge them, you also have a PayPal. You have a PayPal method, and get the money through PayPal and do black money too. You understand? I mean, yeah, I mean, get money on the side without the government. You understand? I mean, that's how it is. I mean, that's just business. You understand? Now, is that money laundering? Now, guess what? They're just making it up. You understand? Now, every single day, focus upon understanding that what you need to do every single day is focus upon your life and what helps you succeed. Understand? Now, every single day, focus upon helping people much more and more and more, and then you understand every single day you're going to have more. That's how you have to do it. Now, if you understand that you go online today and you give all the people the knowledge that you need every single day and make yourself an audio CD, and then guess what? You can go and sell it as a Nice Beautiful package in your Nice Beautiful seminar as well. I mean, if you have a seminar, you say, hey, I mean, come and get my CD. I mean, it's a Nice Beautiful 1 hour. I mean, this is the price of it. I mean, this is $400, but you can get it for $100. You understand? Now, either way, they get a discount. You understand? Now, that's how it is. But if you go pricing people at your seminars, now, that's the best way. The best way is understanding that you have to go and price yourself at all these seminars and then understand either way that you never care about their money. You are the headliner. You're the head show already. Understand? First now, if they never want to give you money, man, first they're poor. First they're poor already. You understand? First now, every single day, focus on giving them free information that day, but then price them on everything you have. First now, for myself, I understand every single day that when I get to the seminar, I make sure I price them as much as I can. You understand? I start pitching them everywhere. You understand? Because why? I mean, guess what? I'm doing it for free anyway. I'm doing it for free. I'm doing it always for free anyway. I may as well start pricing them as well. You understand? Approach, that's how it is. Approach now, if you understand that, approach now, if you want to go and print your books, for example, you then have to understand that you never go printing your books today. Approach now, you never have to print your books. I mean, they never care about your books. You understand? Approach, they never care about your books. Approach, they care about digital stuff. Approach now, digital way, yes. Approach, they care about reading ebooks today. You understand? But physical books, approach no. Approach, they have no time for your physical books. You understand? Approach now, if you understand, I never get the physical books. I mean, why? I mean, it's just too much time. I mean, what am I going to sell the physical book for? I mean, $10? I mean, guess what? I mean, I just bypass it. You understand? I mean, $10 an ebook. I mean, go get my ebook. You understand? I mean, go get my live coaching videos. I mean, it's on audible.com. I mean, you understand? So all of your prices is everywhere around town. But then if you understand that if you want to give your number or something, you want to give your number, you say you price them with some packages here and say, this is my one package. I mean, this is my next package. Or this is my next package. I mean, guess what? You guys can get me from this much over here. You guys can get me from this much over here. You guys can get me from this much over here. You understand? I'll give you free information over here. But I understand that either way, you guys are very lucky for me today to give you this free information. Understand? Because guess what? I mean, every single day, focus on understanding. You have to do that. You have to go and price yourself. You have to go everywhere around seminars today and price and price and price and price. And then guess what eventually happens? When eventually you make these bigger events around you. Understand? You make bigger events around you. And why is that? Because you have the real estate. You have the real estate eventually. Understand? And when you have the when you have these real estates eventually, you start charging people $10,000 to sit in the front seats. And also, I mean, anything that's VIP, I mean, it's 5,000 over here. And there's on the side over there is 2,000. And at the back over there is 500. You understand? I mean, you understand? Because that's the value. You understand? Because you're making the prices. I mean, to meet you is 20,000. I mean, just to meet you. I understand? Because guess what? I mean, that's how it is. You understand? I only have time for people who want to give me money, man. I understand? And that's what Grant Cardone says. I mean, who's got my money? I understand? I mean, guess what? I mean, that's it. I mean, you have to go and price yourself so much, and you have to go and build this big legacy. You understand? I mean, you want my vegan coaching? I mean, guess what? I mean, I have a package over here. I mean, do you have, let's say, $100,000 to give me? I mean, guess what? I mean, then you're never worth veganism, man. I understand? I'm vegan all the time. You understand? I mean, you want veganism? I'll teach you that. I'll teach you. I mean, I'll teach you in 10 minutes how to do it. I mean, 10 minutes of your time. You understand? You give me $100,000, I'll give you 10 minutes. I mean, you understand? Now, that's how you label your time with money. You understand? I'll give you 10 months. I'll give you 10 minutes for 100,000. And so every single day, no matter what, I mean, you have to do it because you never care about the money here. You never care about the money. You already have the money. You already have all that money. You understand? So what you do is you go label all these people with prices. You understand? Because you're doing it for free anyway. You say, I mean, you're overweight over here. I understand, although I'm never overweight. But if you see somebody overweight, you say, I see you because of your body length and all that. I'll give you this. I'll give you for free. But guess what? I mean, what you need to do is you need to tell them, I understand how you look like. I understand, although you have to give them a summarization of how much you want to charge them for. I say, it's $50 because of your body length and how you look. You understand? Because guess what? I realize they look very poor. I mean, they look very poor to even do a service with you. I mean, you have $50, man, to do with me. I mean, you have $20. I mean, if you have never, I mean, guess what? If you have no $20, I mean, go get a job, bro. You understand? I mean, that's it. I mean, guess what? I mean, that's how it is. I mean, you understand? Because I understand that they just want to absorb 50,000 million years of my time so that I can coach them for free. I mean, is it worth it? I mean, why do I want to be with them 50 million years for free? I mean, who are you, man? I mean, who are you? I mean, why do I want to be with you for free? I mean, what for? I'm already with I for free. I mean, why do I need you in my life? I mean, do you have some money to give me? I actually now can actually step up in front of you. I mean, how much do you have, man? I mean, how much do you have in your bank account? You ask them. You ask people, how much do you have in your bank account? You give me this amount. You give me this amount, I'll do a service for you. Understand? Or that's it. Or what kind of service is that? Or it's an information service. You understand? And you have to understand, and you have to understand that, for example, just Mark Zuckerberg recently just did give some money to the government because the government did ask him for it to realize this. Or the government is putting their information on Mark Zuckerberg's site. And then the government is saying, hey, we want you to give us $10 million for this information that we give you. I mean, Mark Zuckerberg is already putting their information on the platform for free. But then the government is saying, hey, we came into your Facebook for free, but we want you to give us $10 million to be in your Facebook for free. I mean, what? I mean, Mark Zuckerberg, I mean, all he has to say is, I already went with you guys and I said, hey, you can put your journalism on my website. I mean, that's it, man. I mean, you have your service already, man. I never give you guys $10 million because I'm doing it for free already. I'm doing a service for free. I'm advertising all of you on my Facebook account for free. I mean, why are you asking me for $10 million? Is it? Russian now, they are suspicious, but they're asking for the money. I mean, they deserve it if they're asking for it. But Mark Zuckerberg gave them because Mark Zuckerberg is stupid. You know what I'm saying? The guy's stupid. I mean, I mean, why do you give people who ask money? I mean, guess what? You give them for free. You give them that money for free. You understand? I mean, how do you do that? Because what happens is, because what happens is, I understand that every single day, that when you understand how to communicate better, you have to go into yourself. You have to understand that if I come into your website and I put my content on your website for free, but then I call you up and say, you have to give me $50 billion to have this information in your website, but I came into your website. I mean, guess what? I mean, Mark Zuckerberg gives me the $50 million. I mean, what for? I understand? I mean, Mark Zuckerberg gives me what I asked for. I mean, because he's stupid. I mean, all he has to say is, hey, you came to my website. I mean, I never have to give you money. You came to me. You understand? I'm giving you the nice beautiful service that you came into my website to give your information for free. I mean, that's it. I mean, I gave you the service already. I mean, now he saves himself $10 million. Or else he never has to give them the $10 million because guess what? He's already doing them that service. I mean, he's already doing them the service. Understand? I mean, how? I mean, they came into his website to put information in his website, and then they are like this, hey, you have to give us $10 million as well. I mean, what? You came into my website, man. I mean, you understand? But he's stupid because he goes and does that. I mean, understand? But guess what? It's never stupid to give money. You understand? But he's unaware, but he's unaware of it. You understand? I mean, guess what? You can save yourself $10. You can save yourself $10 million. You say, hey, I never have to give you $10 million because you came into my website over here. I'm already doing you the service. I'm already doing you guys the service. You came with your stupid content. You understand? You put it on my service. I'm giving it to you. You understand? I'm giving you all this service that you want. You understand? I mean, what else do you want? I mean, what do you want from me, man? You came with your content. You put your content in my website. I mean, that's a service done. I mean, that's it. I mean, you guys are just asking for something I'm already giving you. You understand? Or that's it. You just move on. But I understand every single day that now you understand that people are going to come into your website and they're going to ask you for money. You say, you're already in my website, man. I mean, you're already doing your business in my website already, man. I'm giving you what you asked for already. You understand? I mean, just because you are in my website is $10 million, mate. You understand? I mean, what do you want? I mean, you're asking me for $50 million to be in my website. I mean, guess what? I mean, since you're already in my website, I mean, that's already the $50 million you're asking for. I mean, do you understand me? I mean, guess what? I mean, what else do you want, man? I mean, you're going to put me in prison? That if I never give you $10 million, you're going to put me in prison? I mean, come and do it. I mean, come and do it. Because guess what? I'm giving you the free service already. You understand? So you have to give people a free service today to be successful, but then you also have to charge them too. You have to charge people too. Now, if you understand that most people, you talk to them, and guess what? I realize they never value you. I mean, they never value you. when you talk to them. I mean, why? I mean, they value people who never talk to them. You understand? I mean, why is that? I mean, they believe that people who never talk to them is valuable. So if you understand now to price yourself to never talk to them, you say, hey, I mean, I have no time to talk to you, man. But do you have $100 for me to talk to you? I understand? Because you're worth it. You're worth the $100. You're worth what you ask for. Understand? So what you do is you realize now that if they have no $100 to give you, you give them your business card and say, hey, I'm such a generous dude or woman. I'm giving you this nice, beautiful business card so you can go check me out. I mean, if they reject you too, I mean, say, hey, I mean, I thank you very much, and you just move on. You understand? I mean, guess what? I mean, you can do that, but guess what? I mean, what's even better is give your business card first, and then charge them. All right, now, and then charge them. You understand? Because that's even better. You give for free first. You give for free first, and then charge. You understand? All right, now, that's even better, because if you're charging them, but then giving you a free business card, or else now they can reject you, and your free, I mean, they can reject your free business card as well. But if they reject your free business card, you look better. I mean, if I give you an elephant, but you reject my elephant, I mean, why are you rejecting my animal elephant, man? I mean, understand? I mean, you have to have something much more. You understand? So every single day, try to accept what people are trying to give you so that you look much better for yourself. But if you start rejecting my offer, you then you are somebody who's stupid. Listen, or else now you're never stupid, but understand every single day, focus on receiving what's given, is what I'm saying, because otherwise you look stupid. Or else now you're never stupid, but understand every single day, focus upon giving much more. And when you're giving, you have to receive what's given so that you go and do your life. And now when you do your life every single day, understand that no matter what, that once you do that, Roshi, that's it. You have to give the free service first, and then you can ask for the money. You understand? Roshi, that's simple. Roshi, a little baby can do this. Roshi, anybody can do this. Roshi, now everybody's a little baby. Roshi, everybody's a baby in life. Roshi, now I'm always much better than what I say. I'm making sure every single day you understand that when I grow, I now understand that I have so much more time freedom. I understand prices. I can see prices. I can see tourism. I can see everything going uphill. And now stock market trading is something you have to do as well. I mean, go in it and go and really try to, let's say, dwell upon better. You understand? I mean, try to make all the money in the world. I mean, try to make as much as you can. I mean, try to sum up a big net worth for yourself. Because those people who have a big net worth deserve it. You understand? Now, Grant Cardone has $2.5 million. I mean, Grant Cardone has $2.5 billion. But he has more than that. I mean, all his 8,000 units is working for him. And guess what? I mean, that real estate is going into more real estate, or else he's accumulating more real estate with his own real estate exchange. I mean, and guess what? I realize he goes and creates an investment fund where you can go and place your money into his investment fund to give him money to get more real estate so that his money goes up and so that your money can go up too. Understand? And that's what you can do too. Whereas when you get all these nice, beautiful real estate funds, I mean, guess what? You can create yourself a non-accredited and an accredited account. And then guess what? Russia now, you have to understand, you go and create yourself an account or a mutual fund or a stock market exchange with yourself. And you say, you guys who are poor, you have this amount. You guys who are rich, you have this amount. You give it to me, I'll make sure I give you a certain percentage that you make your money over time. Understand? Because that way, you're going to also benefit. Understand? So what you have to do is pick up these ideas and start doing it. Understand? So every single day, focus upon understanding that there is no limits unless you make it so. Now, if somebody's trying to make you do something, you have to do it much better. Understand? Now, if they try to make you do something, you do it. Understand? You go for it. You go for it totally and learn from it. Understand? I mean, learn from it because it's your learning opportunity. So if somebody's trying to make you do something, you have to understand it's your learning opportunity to do so. Now, if you reject them, you have to understand then you have to have something better than that. You have to do something better. Understand? Because what's amazing is you can reject them. But what's amazing is you can reject people's offers. Understand? But what's amazing is every single day that if you try to, let's say, tell me to go and kill myself, I say, hey, I only do what Jesus Christ wants me to do. You understand? I just reject your offer just now. I mean, if you're asking me for $100,000, I say, I already have that information in Jesus Christ. I mean, why do I need to give you the information? Understand? Now, that's even better. Understand? But if you go and approaching people to sell them on money, I mean, that's the other way around. Understand? I mean, Grant Cardone goes into a seminar and people are asking him to sell him on money. I mean, they lost from the start. Understand? I mean, why is that? Because you have to understand that if you come to me trying to sell me on plastic money, you've already lost because you have to come to me in the first place. I mean, if I'm curious about you, I'll give you money already. I mean, why do you have to try to sell me on something from the get-go? You understand? Right now, if you understand that if you ask me a question, I can now price you on it. Understand? And now you have to understand, the Grant Cardone says, what about that dude? I mean, you have to understand, I mean, now you just say, I mean, $100,000 and I'll give you that answer. I mean, that's it. I mean, you're the strongest point over here. Understand? I mean, guess what? Whereas if you want to sell people at sales, I mean, you call them up, you can call them up, and guess what happens? You say, hey, sir, I mean, how are you, sir? I mean, I'm very good. And what are you doing today? I mean, whatever happens, you have to get them to the point of selling them on what you have. So what you say is, do you have any kind of interest in this kind of product about, let's say, this nice, beautiful product that I'm making, and it's really got these details? I mean, you have to understand the information behind it. I mean, do you have any? Do you have 5 minutes of your time? I mean, what is it? I mean, well, that's something that I have to show you that it's around this price that you can get this. I mean, now you're grabbing attention over here because why? You gave them the price because they asked a question. I mean, when people ask you questions, you now go and price them on those questions. I mean, guess what? Or is that they are the ones that are curious about your product. So you say, hey, I'll give it to you for this amount. I mean, they say, but what is it? I mean, I'll give it to you for this amount. I mean, that's it. I'll give it to you for this amount, man. I already said the amount. I mean, you look high. I mean, you look already greater than them because you price them right now. You price them already. So what you do is realize that if they say no, I mean, guess what? You just move on now. I mean, they look stupid. You understand? If you understand that they ask you a question and you price them on that question and they say no, I mean, guess what? I mean, that's a final no. You understand? But what you say is, I mean, you just move on. You look better. Or else, if you're asking me a question, I say, hey, $50 to get that question. I mean, $50 to get that question. You understand? You say no. I mean, why are you asking me in the first place? You understand? I mean, they look stupid. You understand? So every single day, just focus on something else. You understand? But if they say, how do I do that? I mean, guess what? I mean, check out really quickly. I mean, really quickly. I mean, just say, I mean, what's the fastest method that people can go and check out today? I mean, guess what? You say, go on my website. I mean, do it for them. I mean, give me your phone. I mean, get the phone off them. Understand? I mean, get the phone off them and say, hey, go here. You click on this link. You go over here. You say quantity or quality. I mean, 1. Or, I mean, go ahead and 10. I mean, press 10 of them and check out. I mean, put your details in, mate. I mean, boom, boom, boom. I mean, put your CVC inside, which is the back of the card of the MasterCard. I mean, press checkout, man. I mean, proceed. You do it all for him. I mean, let him watch you. I mean, let him watch you. You just grab away his money. You understand? I mean, now you made 50 grand. You made 50 grand. You say, I thank you very much, sir. I realize now I'll give you the service. I mean, this is the answer you're looking for. I mean, thank you very much. And guess what you do? You give them the service and you run off. You run off quickly. You understand? And that's it. He worked, or he went to work for that $50,000, or she was working for that $50,000 for 1 year, man. But you grab it in 1 second. You understand? I mean, guess what? You deserve it. You deserve it, man. I mean, are you stealing something, man? I mean, he allows you to do it, man. I mean, he allows you to do it. I mean, she allows you to do it. I mean, you're stealing nothing from him. You're giving him the service that he wants. You're giving the service that she wants, but he was working for it. I mean, he was working for that plastic money for a whole year. Understand? I mean, guess what? You give it to them in 1 second. You just give them one link to that information. Understand? And that's it. I mean, guess what? You run off as quickly as possible. Now, if they start asking for a refund, you say, no refund, man. You say, no refund over here, man. I mean, guess what? I mean, there's no recollection that you have the money. Understand? You say, hey, now they do have a recollection that they have a recollection that they did give you the money. But guess what? Or that they try to take you to court or something, and they ask you to give the money. You say you're already giving the money in the information you provide to people. You understand? And now you win the case. You win in the case over here. And why is that? Because you're saying to them that what he's looking for is already done in your information that you're giving to other people, you're giving it to other people. You understand? Because if they're asking from you at a court case $50 billion from you because you said something and never followed through from it, or something, or you said something that is yours, in terms of you did follow through from it, in terms of you do have it, but they are suing you for $50 billion because they gave you something and they want it in return. Whereas now, you say that whatever they want in return, I've already given it. I'm already giving it to somebody else in my information. And now prove it. Prove it. You say, go on my website and see that I'm giving information. I'm giving what he's looking for free. You understand? Look, you stole his money. You stole his money. You gave his money. You never stole his money, otherwise he gave it to you. You just received it. But he wants that information for free. But guess what? You say, hey, look at the information for free over here. Whereas now he wants the money. Whereas now he wants the plastic money that he's given to you. But you say over here that if they try to get the money from you, you then say that you are also giving that money to somebody else. You say you're giving that plastic money to somebody else. Whereas now, what are they going to say now? Because guess what? If you're giving that plastic money to somebody else, you say you're giving that plastic money to the Tooth Fairy. You understand? Where's the Tooth Fairy? Look at the Santa Claus over there as well. You understand? You're giving it also to people who are drinking and eating food and drink as well. You're giving it to the 9 to 5 people everywhere. You understand? Guess what? Whereas they can never take your money back. You understand? When I give you this information, I never ask for it back, man. How stupid are they? They tried to take people into court for one little script that they wrote and they gave it to somebody else, and that individual went to sing it, and they tried to sue them for $1 billion because they gave it, and they gave it to them, and then they're trying to sue them for it. You understand? That's what people do. It's like Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj went to sing this script from another individual, and this individual says that they never gave it to her. How did they even get in contact in the first place? You understand? Most probably, and definitely, you have to understand that it's most probably, that woman who is a nobody, you understand? She's a nobody. I never seen her face in my lifetime. Went to sue Nicki Minaj, who is a singer, who is very popular. You understand? Whereas now, you have to understand that this woman suing Nicki Minaj. You understand? Nicki Minaj never suing her. You understand? So the individual who's suing the other individual is the culprit. I understand? Why are you suing other people? They're trying to take something from them. You understand? So what you do is you say, hey, I never did use this script. I never was using the script. I was never using what you want to give me. You understand? Whereas now, you never have to give the money. You understand? Because what you say also is you're proving it. You're saying, I never did use your content over here. Yes, I sang it. I can sing it right now. I can sing it. I say, never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best. Guess what? Are you going to sue me for $1 billion because I sang it on my video? I sang it right here. You want to sue me now for that? Understand? That's what they're doing. Understand? So guess what you say? You say, I was never using it. You understand? I was never using that. I was never using it. I did just use it, but I'm never using it. You understand? What are you trying to do to me? You get it? Guess what? Every single day, that if people are trying to sue you for money and say, hey, you put my video in your YouTube channel, so they want to sue you for that. You say, hey, I'm never using you in my video. You understand? But guess what you do? You take off the video. You understand? But guess what? You never take off the video. You say, I'm in the video. You say, I'm in the video, man. If you're in the video with that individual, you understand? Now, you own the copyright of that video because you're in the face of the video. Regardless of him, he may say that he's a co-share partner of the video. Big deal. I'm the owner of the video. The video is with me, mate. I'm the copyright. I'm the one who's creating the video, regardless of what you want. For you women out there and for your men out there, you have to understand, you guys have to learn from this. You have to learn that whoever's in your video with you and you're interviewing them and they want to sue you because you put it online, guess what? You say, I'm in the video, man. I'm in the video. How can you sue my video that I'm already inside the video with you? Whereas now, if you understand that if I go doing photos of them and videos of them, and I put it online somewhere, you now can say that you can sue me for that. You can totally sue me for that because that's your content. I mean, if I go taking videos of you like a paparazzi and I post it online somewhere, you can now sue me for it. You can. And guess what? Or is that you have to understand, you have to have a comeback here. And now if you understand, you say it's never yours. Right? I mean, you never did that. You never did that. You understand? But you look like a liar. You understand? You look like a liar. I understand all that, but guess what? Or is that it's honest. You understand that it's more, you are saying that it's more about you here. You understand? But guess what? You are saying that you deserve to never give them the money because you're loving yourself more than them now. You understand? So you can get away from it. You can actually get away with it. Yeah. And now you have to understand that what's amazing is I'm teaching you how. Or if you go taking photos of other people, I mean, why do you even want to do it in the first place? I mean, why do you want to do it in the first place? I mean, mind your own business. Understand? I mean, that's it. I mean, in Cairns, I was doing photos of other people and all this, but they're saying, hey, stop taking photos of me. You understand? I mean, never take photos of my baby. You understand? But guess what? It's honest. Like if you're doing travel photos and tourist photos around and you're doing photos of cars and all that, I mean, guess what? I mean, why are you doing all that for? I mean, put yourself in the photo and put yourself in the video. And now, who cares what she says? You understand? You're in the photo. You understand? But if you're doing photos of other people, you never do photos of other people. You never do photos of anything outside of yourself other than you in life. Because if you're doing photos of other people and videos of other people, what happens is they get violent with you. Because you're neglecting yourself here. You understand? So what you do is you have to say that I'm never a liar. I'm never lying about anything, but I'm trying to help you to cop out of it. I'm trying to help you to understand that you can get away with it. You can get away with somebody who's trying to sue you because you were minding their business. But then you say, I'm minding my business now. I'm minding my business and that's it. You understand? Unfortunately, it's that simple. Unfortunately, that's how you get away with it. You understand? You're learning from that situation. But if you go and say that you were taking photos of them and that you deserve it, I mean, guess what? And you just then lose it. You've lost yourself completely in that other individual. And then that individual will sue you. And they'll grab every single amount of money from you. You understand? But guess what? You are admiring that. You want to give them then. You understand? Because you're saying that you love them more than yourself. So they will grab everything from you. You understand? Rosh, if you love others more than everybody else, I mean, if you love others more than yourself, I mean, others will rob you of even you. You understand? I mean, others will rob your eyes. I mean, others will rob your skin. I mean, others will rob you and put you in prison because you love other people more than you. You understand? I mean, if you love other people more than you, you're then going and taking photos of their babies and you're saying, you're doing photos of their little fingers and you're looking to always look at them while their mother is actually driving the little baby, but you want to go be like a dog. And you want to stand in front of them as well. And you want to be like a dog, traveling like a dog, 50,000 kilometers, looking at this little baby. And you want to go on the floor as well, like a little puppy, looking at the little baby, because the little baby is so much more than you. Understand? I mean, guess what the mother's going to do with you? I mean, she'd kick you in the head, man. I mean, understand? I mean, she'd kick you in the head. I mean, get away from my baby. I mean, understand? I mean, guess what? Whereas if you're always taking photos of somebody's car and you just make it look like you're doing that, and then guess what? You're doing this, and you're going to be like this. You even touch their car too. You're touching their car too. When the guy's going to come, I mean, that woman's going to come or that guy and says, or says, or in terms of, I mean, they say, I mean, and they say, hey, I mean, what are you doing around my car, man? I mean, get away from here, man. I mean, get away from here. Do you see how it looks like when you love other people and the outside world more than you? You understand? Whereas when I put my phone here on the table, and you just are always over here looking at this phone. You're sitting over here for 50 million years watching the phone. I mean, who cares about your 100 years that you have life in? You understand? I mean, guess what? You're watching the phone for 100 years of your life, and you're going to pass away watching the phone. You're going to watch that phone for 100 years, man. I mean, guess what happens? I mean, guess what? I walk in the room and I see someone just looking at my phone like this. I mean, you okay, mate? I say, you okay, mate? I mean, what's up over here? You say, hey, I love your phone, man. You say, I love your phone. I say, thank you, man. I put it in my pocket. I mean, guess what? You may even try to kill me because I take the phone away from you now. I took the phone away from you. You understand? You want to probably, you maybe want to kill me now because you love the phone so much. You understand? Actually, that's what I mean. You understand? We never value possessions that you have. We never value anything other than yourself. I only value I. I only ever value my I. I only value my I. So understand either way, brush and sell. Understand either way that is how it looks like. You understand? I mean, stop doing photos of the outside world. I mean, stop doing videos of the outside world. I mean, do videos of yourself and photos of yourself, and that's it. You deserve it. You understand? Right now, that's what I'm doing here. I mean, do this, literally. I mean, isn't that the most beautiful aspect of life? I mean, do this. I mean, put yourself in the camera, and that's it. You understand? I mean, you can never take my position. I mean, go and do someone like you and you put yourself in your video and just go do it. You understand? Approach, that's how it is. But every single day, focus on better communicational skills with people. And that's how you really, really become somebody. But if you understand that most people, when you talk to them, or else they never appreciate you, man. I mean, they never appreciate anybody. You understand? They never appreciate anybody as well. I mean, if you try to help people first, they say, fuck off. You understand? I mean, they want to come to you first. Or else now, guess what you do? Or else when they come to you first, you say, hey, $100 to get this information from me. I mean, do you have $200? I mean, now, guess what? Or else now, if you price them at $100 and then you raise it to $200 in front of the face, Russia will never give you, Russia they will never give you the money. Understand? But you look better. You look better now. You look much higher price. So it's good for you. But it's much more of a risk that they say no. You understand? I mean, they'll say, I mean, if they say no to $100, I mean, what makes you believe that they'll say yes to $200? You understand? So if you say $100, I mean, do you have $100 to give me this? I mean, do you have $100 to get this information from me? And they say no. I mean, you say, how about $50? I mean, do you have $50? If they say no, I mean, how about $30? Do you have $30? I mean, guess what? They may say yes or no. But if they say no, I mean, do you have $20? I mean, you ask them 4 times to say yes or no over here. You understand? So they may say yes, and there's a 4-time chance that they may say yes over here. I mean, the first one, in terms of $100, I mean, do you have $100? I mean, they may say no. I mean, do you have $50? I mean, they may say no. I mean, do you have $30? I mean, they may say no. I mean, they may say no. I mean, do you have $20? I mean, guess what? I mean, if they say no again, I mean, do you have $10? I mean, guess what? I mean, that's the 5th time. Or if they say yes, I mean, give me $10 quickly. I mean, guess what? I mean, I'll give you the link. I mean, if they say no to $10, I mean, guess what? I mean, go get yourself a job, bro. I mean, go get yourself a job then. I mean, where's your money, man? I mean, you have no $10 in your pocket at all. I mean, there's no $10 in your bank account right now. I mean, get away from me, bro. Understand? Russia, is that simple? Russia, when they have no $10 to give you, I mean, they're cheap. I mean, they're cheap, man. I mean, why do you want to be around cheap people? I mean, get away from them. Understand? Russia, what do they want from you? I mean, they want free information from you, and they want to take away 50 hours of your time so that you can give them this whole bunch of information that's never in documents anywhere. You have to document your conversations with people. You have to sell those courses. You understand? Russia, now, if you're sitting with me on the bed over here, and we're talking 10 years together here, I mean, we still have to see the world though. But there's no video camera recording us. But we're just here for 10 years talking to each other. I mean, that's the biggest waste of my time. I mean, it's the biggest waste of my time, man. I mean, in the first second, I mean, do you have $10,000 to give me? I mean, do you have $2,000? I mean, do you have $100? I mean, do you have $50? I mean, do you have $10? I mean, do you have $10? You have no $10? I mean, get away from me, bro. I mean, get away from me. I mean, the guy has no $10 in his pocket. I mean, she has no $10 in her pocket. I mean, understand? I mean, guess what? I mean, or now if it's a woman, you can say, I mean, do you want to at least have sex? I mean, guess what? Or if it's free value for you, I mean, do you want to have sex with me at least? I mean, you have no $10. I mean, you want to have sex at least? I mean, you say no to that? I mean, guess what? I mean, you have no value for me then. You have no value for me. I mean, guess what? I mean, goodbye. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's no value there. I mean, do you want to have my kid? I mean, you never want to have my kid. I mean, you have no value for me. You have no value for me. I mean, what? I never care that you're the rising superstar of the world. I never care that you're the biggest superstar of the world when you can never have my kid. I mean, go over there go with other people who never want to have your kids. I mean, understand? I want to have kids. But what's amazing is if this woman is such a rising star, but she's 40-something years of age and she says, hey, that she can never have kids again. I mean, guess what? I mean, find somebody who has no kids. You understand? I mean, that's it. I mean, find somebody else. Because I need to have kids. You understand? I mean, go somewhere else. You have no value for me. Or that's it. Or now, you go to people who have value. Or these people around here, or now, guess what? I'm much better off understanding that I never speak to anybody other than those people who speak to me. Or now, if you message me online, you say, hey bro, I mean, guess what? I mean, you can hey bro me all your life. You understand? I never replied to you. You understand? I mean, what's a hey bro, man? I mean, hey bro, and you see me one time in your lifetime. You understand? You see me one time in your lifetime. You say, hey bro, after 20 years. I mean, after 20 years of never speaking to me, you come up to me and say, hey bro. I mean, what are you talking about? What are you on about? I mean, the guy has no business. You understand? I mean, they have no business. I mean, what are you trying to say? You understand? So what you do is go make a Shopify account, and go make an online store inside of your Instagram right now. And then go and market all your material in all those publishing websites. And go and put your books and all your content and price it as much as you can. As much as you can. And price it for a big price. And make ClickFunnels as well. And ClickFunnels is something that you click through to get to a website. And make all those ClickFunnels for yourself. Understand? And enjoy Russell Brunson and his ClickFunnels too if you need it. I use, for example, Instagram. So use Instagram because it's for free. I mean, Instagram is for free. I mean, that's my ClickFunnel. You understand? But then everything is in my Instagram. You understand? I mean, everything you ever want from me is in my Instagram. I mean, my YouTube account. I mean, everything is in my YouTube account too. Because I link you with one code, which is Danny Milivojevic code, baby. You can find my business card, which is Danny Milivojevic. Whereas now I can make little business cards like this that just have my code, Danny Milivojevic, on it. Understand? But I have a better business card. I have a business card where there's a face of me on the video. Understand? Or I'll go get it. I have a business card right here. I mean, Danny Milivojevic right here. It's written right here. I mean, you understand? I mean, why do I put my face on there? I'm a brand, baby. I mean, this is a new business card module. You need this type of business card now. Today, this is 10 cents. I print 100 of these babies. I get 100 of these babies. You understand? I mean, I give $10, I get 100 of these. You understand? But what they do is they give you 50 of some stupid business cards. I mean, this small, and there's no face of you on it. I mean, it says Harry Smith. I mean, who's Harry Smith, man? I mean, where's your face on it, man? I mean, Danny Milivojevic. I mean, who the hell is Danny Milivojevic, man? I mean, who's that? I mean, that's just a name. Or, I mean, that's Danny Milivojevic. I mean, do you see me? I mean, that's different. I mean, now you can see specifically who Danny Milivojevic is. You understand? That's the best business card in the world. And now, what's this down here? I mean, this is where you can find me, baby. You understand? But I have Instagram and YouTube and Mega Drive there. And it says right here, it says it in the business card. I mean, just under the Instagram, it says Instagram. You understand? And then it says YouTube and Mega Drive, or Mega, which is the Mega application. And now understand, either way, I go to Officeworks, I print these business cards, and guess what? I just give them out. I give them out here and there. Understand? And that's it. I keep going with my life. But I understand either way. But what's important is understanding now that if I just write Danny Milivojevic, that's my code where you can find me. You can find me on my code, Danny Milivojevic. And that's it. Now, I mean, they say, oh, but Snapchat has many people of my name. I mean, Twitter has many people of my name. I mean, go and guess what? You make a new name for yourself. You make a new name for yourself. You go by a different name. That works. You understand? Whereas now, Anthony Robbins and Tony Robbins. I mean, they have two names, but it's the same individual. You understand? I mean, go by a different name. I mean, there's no excuses. I mean, guess what? I mean, your real name, I mean, they never even have to understand your real name. You understand? if you're Danny Milivojevic, but I took your name. I took your name. And guess what? You say Harry Milivojevic. You say some other name. You say Noah Milivojevic. Go be the only one of that. But guess what? They never need to understand your real name, man. Do you understand? There's no excuses. You understand? Go by another name. You understand? But guess what? I realized that on Snapchat and Twitter, I realized Danny Milivojevic, I realized they only ever accept 10 letters on my actual usernames of Snapchat, and the Snapchat of the username of Twitter is only 10 letters. But Danny Milivojevic has 16 letters. You understand? So what do? I remove Snapchat from my life. I remove Twitter from my life totally. Where else can I put Danny Milivojevic's name? I can do it on Instagram. I can do it on YouTube. I just stick with that then. Understand? And that's how I become a brand, Danny Milivojevic. Because I can use my full name on those websites. On Twitter, I realize it has to be I realize on Twitter, in terms of, and Snapchat, or I can say it has to be Dan Milivojevic. Where's my other 3 letters? You understand? They cut off the letters. Why are you cutting off the letters? Why are you making a website where you can put 10 letters of your name? What if somebody's name has 50 letters in it? You understand? Understand that. Guess what? I just use Twitter and Snapchat for something else. Snapchat, I never even use Snapchat anymore. It's all teenagers over there, as Grant Cardone says. They have no money to give you, man. Go somewhere where they have money to give you. On Snapchat, you never find a teenager who wants to give you plastic money. You never find anything on Twitter. Guess what? You find something on Twitter in terms of information, but on Snapchat, you never find anything that you need there. Now, you need the information of Snapchat. Now, Snapchat is something that you can do for free, and you can just post your content on there. You can just promote yourself on it. You never need to promote yourself on Snapchat when you have Instagram. You never need Snapchat when you have YouTube. Understand? Snapchat is just a story video. Understand? Story video you can find on Instagram. Understand? That's it. And you get a better name on Instagram than you do Snapchat. You get to post photos. You get to have all these links as well. Instagram is so much better. Understand? So prioritize. What's more important for you? Would you rather do business on Instagram or Snapchat? What's more important for you? And then go that way. Understand? That's how it is. I love light all the time. I make sure every single day I'm performing and outperforming everybody. I'm giving you this information. Why? Because I do it 3 hours a day. I do it 3 hours a day, but then I make sure I'm giving you the information. I'm giving you the information because it's my business. Something I'm doing. Something that helps me progress forward, and it's something that helps me to teach myself something great. So I understand either way. That is why I have a business card like this, because you can see my skin. I'm promoting myself. And so every single day that when you look at my Instagram, I have full fashion photos and branding photos of myself now. Understand? Because I understand my business. I understand who I am. I understand every single day now. What's important is understand that now you have no excuses for why you can never ever brand yourself. Understand? Use this kind of business card and go and really, really understand that the way I did get my nice, beautiful, let's say, icons over here is in the phone. I put the applications together. I do a screenshot and then I crop it. I crop this photo because this came from my phone. I crop the photo, I put it into Canva. I make a nice, beautiful, I choose a nice, beautiful business card module, like a background, and I use this one, which is the red colors and the white colors. I just use a random one that I like. I love red. I love the Red Ranger. I love everything, but I understand either way that I'm just understanding that now, since I give you the business card module, you crop that nice, beautiful image, you paste it into the business card, you put a photo of yourself in the business card, you print it at Officeworks Australia or in your local printing company service in your country, and then guess what? You start giving them out. You say, I have a business card. What's in your business card? This is in my business card. The more you give them out, the more confident you are about yourself and your service. You understand? Now, if you keep offering those business cards, you have a business. If you never offer your business cards today, you have no business then. You need to be offering something. You understand? Everybody's offering you something today, but you have to be a service as well. So I print a business card to give you my service for free. And then guess what? If you ask me any questions after that, how do you do all this? I mean, you have to give me $50, mate, to understand that. Understand? I mean, that's $50. I mean, why? I mean, that's another $50, mate. Understand? I mean, that's $100 to tell you why as well. I mean, what for? I mean, that's another $50, mate. I mean, that's $150. I mean, do you have the money? I mean, guess what? I'll make a discount. I'll do it for you I'll do it for you by giving me $70. I mean, do you have $70 to give me to give you the service? Because I just help you with that information right now. I mean, give them a discount. You understand? I mean, oh, I mean, what? I mean, do you have the money or not? I mean, guess what? Or as if they have no money, or as if they have no $70 to give you to get the information. I mean, do you have $20, man? I mean, you drive Uber, man. I mean, you have $20, or as if they have no $20, I mean, just say, hey, I mean, guess what? I mean, now you say, I'll give it to you for free, man. I'm just joking with you, man. I'm just joking with you, but guess what? Or as they have no money at all, man. Understand? Or as they have no, I mean, they never even have $20 over here, man. Understand? I mean, they have no quick dollar to even give you. You can make a quick dollar on the go. Understand? I mean, you can make a quick dollar in 1 second. You can make $100,000 in 1 second. Understand? So what you do is you say, I'm just joking with you, man. I mean, just guess what? I mean, all of those answers is you get it like this. You get it like this. You give for free then. You understand? You make some conversation with them. You understand? And then you just go and just forget that guy or woman. You understand? But you try to make them say yes or no 10 times to your offer before they give it to you. I mean, they'll say yes, maybe on $100,000 or maybe on $50,000 or maybe on $20,000. I mean, guess what? I mean, when you're doing your seminars, or else that what you have to do also is understand that when you go seminars, for example, you may find people who are doing the time, I mean, they do a time clock. And they say, in 10 minutes time, I mean, this is the offer now. And this is the package you get. But as I talk, or as what's going to happen is the price is going to go down, but you guys are going to miss out on this information over here if you don't get it now. Understand? So this is my Class 1A package. I mean, it's $10,000, guys. I mean, go to the back of the nice, beautiful room right now and go and grab it now, because this is the best service that you can get from me. I mean, this is my number. I mean, it's my email. I mean, it's my coaching service for the next 12 months. I help you every single day. I mean, go right now. I mean, either way, guys, I understand I just keep talking here. I keep talking, but you have to realize that I'm somebody of a coach. I'm somebody that's really leading you guys every single day. But if you're not curious about anything, I mean, guess what? I see some people going over here. I understand people going. I mean, do you see them? You can see people going over here and left and right center to give you the money. So you understand how I'm doing work. But since you guys are staying still over here, I mean, guess what? You guys are really understanding that you guys never even had that kind of money. You understand? You guys have no. You can say that. You can say you guys since you guys are staying over here, you guys haven't yet to give me that money. So what I'm going to do for you today is I'll drop the half the price, but you guys never get my number. You guys never get my number. You never get my email, but you get the content. I mean, go to the back now. You will get a $5,000 package from me. I mean, guess what? I may see 2-3 people stand up, but you see them? You see guys how they're going now? You see, that's how you really, really go and invest in yourself all the time. You have to pronounce yourself that you're investing in yourself. So you just teach yourself along the way, and you say, you guys have to understand that when they're going and really, really giving me this money, you guys have to talk all the time to understand every single time that you have to go and really, really encourage yourselves to go and get my product right now. So since you guys are staying still today, I understand you guys never even had $5,000 in your pocket. So what I'm going to do for you guys out there is I drop this price to half the price now. But you guys are not going to get my BI package and my name. I mean, go to the back of the nice, beautiful product over there, because this service here is what, I mean, this is what you get in this service. But this is important information over here. I mean, go and give me $2,500 right now to get this information. I mean, yes, and guess what? You're still decreasing that price. But then guess what? You say, you guys are still here? I mean, they may all stand still. I mean, they all may never even approach you in terms of, I mean, they may never even stand up when you lower the price. You guys are still here? I mean, let's drop the half price again. I mean, now it's $1,200. But you guys are going to get the nice, beautiful BI triangle. You're going to get the BI triangle and the code breaker. I mean, guess what? You guys are going to understand how to do that. So go to the back of the package to give me that money now. I mean, guess what? I realize one individual may stand up to afford it to be able to give me that money. So you guys can see that individual's going. Whereas now, every single day, focus on understanding that you have to teach them something along the way. You have to be coaching them along the way about your product and services. And now, either way, you guys have seen how I'm doing my services. You have to understand, you have to lift guys. You have to understand every single day, you have to encourage yourself to give me some money, because what happens every single day is focus upon understanding that you have to talk to them. You have to talk to them in a different way. And then you just make sure every single day you're just going to improve upon your product. And then you just drop it half price and half price and half price. And then guess what? You get to $200. You guys say, hey, I have a nice beautiful CD that you guys can get from me though. I have a CD over here. I mean, this CD is a 3-hour long CD. I mean, it's a 10-hour long CD. I mean, of my information. I mean, it's $200. I mean, go to the last package of this night. Or this package over here is $200, but it's 10 hours of my communicational skills. I mean, go understand, you guys can go and get that now. I mean, you deserve it. You guys deserve my information product. You have to understand every single day, I'm always working, I'm always doing much better than yesterday. You have to understand, I mean, look at the information I've given you today. You have to understand that you guys can find this nice, beautiful information today, every single day in my nice, beautiful package. So understand that no matter what, you go and give them a free service over here, and you say, you see how I'm recording this seminar today? You guys can find this seminar on YouTube today as well. You understand? And either way, you guys understand, no matter what, that if you guys have no $200 over here, I mean, listen over here. I have much more to give you in the process, but what you guys have to do now is you guys have to follow my YouTube account. You understand? Because you are the people over here who can never even afford $200. You understand? I mean, I can afford everything, but I'm making sure you understand that you guys are still sitting here. But I understand that what's amazing is I respect everybody here. I respect everybody, but guess what? I mean, let's just learn and grow now. I mean, let's just learn and grow, because that's what we do. I mean, we just move on. So when you're moving on from the conversation, you have to understand that when they are never standing up for you, you continue your growth process. You continue answering questions. You ask them to answer your questions. You understand? I mean, you ask them to question you while people are standing up and stuff like that. You make it seem like you're just growing in the process. You understand? And that's it. Russia, now every single day, that's the pitch. You understand? But the pitch is beautiful. I appreciate the pitch is beautiful. And every single day, focus on understanding that when I was charging myself 1 cent per hour, I mean, people never even want to give you 1 cent per hour. You understand? People never want to give me 1 cent per hour. So guess what? I went for free. I was doing it for free then. You understand? And that's it. I mean, that's how I went to freedom. You understand? I went from charging people at first to doing the work for free. You understand? And then charging people again. You understand? But guess what? Or as the 1 cent is what helps me to jump into freedom. I was charging myself as a 1 cent man. I was saying 1 cent for me. You understand? And people never want to give me the money for that. You understand? I mean, guess what? I mean, every single day, focus on understanding that I'm always developing myself, and I'm always making sure that no matter what, that everybody has a nice, beautiful capability. But I understand every single day. It's just talk positively regardless and grow people of the information you're giving them in front of their face while you're pitching them. Russia, that's that. Russia, now every single day you use the IUQ rule, and then you understand no matter what, that you have to be confident about your service. And then when you when you're confident about your service, you're going to understand that you have to use your body language, you have to be in front of people, you have to be communicating. And then guess what? You're going to make money. You're going to make money. And then as soon as they give you the money and they process it, that is already done prior. And what happens is you go and set up the system and the FBOSS machine to go straight to your bank account. You understand? Now they press and they do PayPass, or they give the MasterCard or whatever. But guess what? You have a BSBN account number, you type it into the FBOSS machine, and the FBOSS machine gets that money and sends it right into your bank account through the BSBN account number in Australia. You understand? Because every single bank account has a number that you have to put into the FBOSS machine. You understand? And when they scan the FBOSS machine on your bank account numbers, it just goes into your bank account. You understand? So every single day, focus on understanding that's how you translate the system. But to put those bank account numbers and details and BSB number and account number into the FBOSS machine is very quick. You understand? That's it. Now, every single day, focus on understanding that if you go and give a live performance in front of people, you may as well do a PowerPoint if you want to do it. I mean, if you want to do a PowerPoint, you can do it. But guess what? Whereas now, it's up to you. Whereas for myself, I never have to do it. I never have to do a stupid PowerPoint. You understand? I have a better than a PowerPoint. I have myself. I have my eye. I make sure every single day you have to understand that it can be a guide for you, whereas now a PowerPoint can guide you into what to talk about. I mean, guess what? You can shine a laser if you want. I mean, every single day focus on understanding that it's something you can do. I mean, every single day, focus on understanding. You go and do it. I mean, go and try it out. I mean, go and do a PowerPoint presentation here and there to see how it is. But then understand either way that what's going to happen is you're just going to lead yourself into what to talk about, and then you're going to master your time like that. You're going to understand either way you're mastering your time regardless. So what you do is without a PowerPoint, you just talk about something. You talk about questions, you talk about different aspects of life, and you just guide yourself along the way, and that's it. You can do it without the PowerPoint. You can do it without the PowerPoint. You understand? Right now, every single day, focus on understanding that whatever works for you is the best way. Or you can have the Nice People PowerPoint, but let's say you're running short on time. You say, hey, now we're going to summarize these 4 topics because that's what we're going to talk about in the last section. I mean, instead of going one by one through it, I mean, we're going to do all of it together. You understand? And that's going to be our last hour together before the pitching session. You understand? And the pitching session, guys, is where I show you my products so you understand how I'm really doing life and how I'm really showing you what I have to give you. Right, that's it. Right now, every single day, focus on being upfront and personal with people, but look them in the eye and look them straight directly with them and smile at them and be very nice. You understand? Right, if you want to sell yourself today, you have to be nicer throughout time. You understand? Because if they never want to give you money, well, you deserve it. You deserve all the money in the world as long as you ask for it. I brush every single day, focus upon understanding now that every single day, I see people over here at the hostel. I brush, they're speaking to people over there and yappa all day long. I mean, wah, ha, 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 ha. I mean, whoa, ho, ho, ho. I mean, guess what? I mean, she a cleaner, man. I mean, she hostel cleaner, brother. You understand? I understand, brother and sister. I never want you to do some hostel cleaning and then go and talk to somebody at the hostel. Wah, 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 wah. I mean, all day long. You understand? I mean, look at me. I mean, am I yappering like her? I mean, do you understand? I mean, guess what? I'm just doing much better, aren't I? But what's important is that she's unaware. I mean, she believed everybody her friend. I mean, she believed everybody her friend. Or everybody's her friend. But she is the worst enemy here. I mean, she is the worst enemy here. I mean, she's the worst friend right now. Because she's yappering to everybody. I mean, she wants to lead everybody. I mean, she's so happy that she's losing in life. You understand? Or that's why. I mean, she's unaware of it. I mean, she's unaware that she's barking like a chihuahua over there. You understand? Now, every single day, I mean, focus upon understanding that you have to go and do greater than that. I mean, never ever go speak to people anywhere. I mean, focus on your business. I mean, mind your own business. I mean, you understand? Because that's how you succeed. You succeed for making sure that you have to go and integrate everything that you have every single day and implant a better way for yourself. I mean, focus on making sure that you have to travel around, but then you have to have a strict diet sometimes to have some more money in your pocket. You understand? Because any time that you limit yourself on money, or else any time where you limit yourself on money or anything in your life, you never limit yourself. I never limit myself. I am never limiting my eye, or else my eye can never be in limit. You understand? Now, I'm always limitless. I understand that numbers is always growing the more communicational skills you give. You understand? Now, I'm doing more than Tony Robbins. I'm doing more than any individual on the planet right now in terms of videos. I enjoy my products. I enjoy what I do all day long. I'm ready to succeed. I'm ready to show up in front of your face in Balkans, in Serbia, and everything. And just yesterday, I was just recently typing Serbian, and I was doing Serbian writing, and I'm just learning how to write Serbian right now. I speak Serbian as well. Ja kažem kako si? Jeste dobro? Ja sad ovdje pričam lepo pa radimo nešto danas. Understand? But now that's some nice, beautiful Serbian. I understand either way that Croatian people can understand Serbian. I understand either way that every single day, focus upon understanding that when you're really going and speaking another language as well, apparently it's a gift. You understand? I mean, go and learn all the languages you can. I mean, never just speak English. I mean, try to learn Spanish and Chinese and your other languages that you have in your life. I mean, you may have a German mother. I mean, go and learn some German. I mean, since you already understand 15% of it, I mean, you understand 15% of a language, you understand 5% of a language, I mean, go and learn another 5% of it. I mean, go and learn another 10% of it. You understand? Right now, every single day, focus upon learning much more languages and then go into those countries and speak those languages, you understand, that you learn. Right? It's all in your own time. So I understand I'm a music producer, I have to do music production, but I want to teach people music production as well. So I understand either way that I teach people music production in my life coaching videos. You understand? So every single day, I focus upon all the teaching into one. You understand? A life coach teaches everything into one. You understand? And now, specifically, I understand my Nice Beautiful music production models. Does my music production. Now, that's different. Now, I have to price that somewhere. I understand, although I can keep it on Mega Drive and I can post it on YouTube, but where else can I actually post my music content? Now, that's where it's going to be, because that's already being, in terms of life, I have it. I have everything in that. So that's just more value I give it to you for free. Understand? But I'm also understanding that every single day, that no matter what, that you have to sign up to my Mega Drive. You have to sign up to Mega Drive to understand my content, because that's how I do life. And now, if you want to sell people and price people in a video, you can. You can price people in a video and give them free information products as well, if you choose to do that. I understand, although Tai Lopez is somebody that's really, really gone from this world. I understand either way that he is somewhere around the world today, but he's lost. I mean, he's completely lost. I understand where is Tai Lopez? I mean, that guy's gone somewhere, man. I mean, why did you disappear? I mean, he's my mentor. I mean, where is he? I mean, after 6 months, I mean, where are you, man? I mean, you're posting videos daily, and then after 6 months, you have no videos, man, on YouTube? I mean, where are you, man? I'm asking. I mean, I understand every single day, focus upon understanding that if you go and really, really care about somebody, you have to call them up, and guess what you do? You give them words of encouragement, and you lead them. But if you really care about people in your life, you have to be with them. You understand? Or you have to be with them eventually. Or if you care about them so much, you have to communicate that to them every day. You understand? Or now, it may be your biological parents, or it can be your daughter or son or your family. Or now, every single day, focus on understanding you can have friends around you too. But I understand that those friends and your biological family is going to waste your time. You understand? Or they just waste time. I mean, understand? But what you do is you never waste time. You never waste time. So if you really treasure them and you really love them, you have to call them before they call you. You have to talk to them before they talk to you. Or, I mean, it's just because you care about them. You understand? I mean, choose to care about somebody in your life. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, choose to call somebody first before they even call you. And I mean, choose to keep calling them first. I mean, choose to keep messaging them first, is what I'm saying. So that's how you be a better father or anything that you are. You understand? You choose to message them first, just for free. You just contact them for free. And just say, how are you, man? You took care of me when I was younger. You understand? Because guess what? Or else they're going to leave you very soon. You understand? I mean, they're going to go their ways. I mean, they're going to go away from you because you're going to be around the world. But contact them and say, hey, I'm here for you. I'm here for you. I mean, care for somebody. I mean, you may care for 10 people around you, really, for free. You understand? I mean, they grew up with you. I mean, they took care of you. I mean, they gave you what you want in some form. You understand? So care about them. I understand that it's that kind of world. You understand? But every single day, you must realize that's the best way. I mean, Jesus Christ came to us and says, hey, I care about you guys for free. I care about all of you. I mean, I'm not here to charge you. I mean, Jesus Christ never charged anybody for anything. I mean, he just came to say, hey, I love you all. I want to give my time toward all of you. You understand? I have to go this way. I have to go this way. I have to live life in freedom, Jesus Christ says. Understand? And that's the way it is. But now, if you go and really, really develop yourself every single day to focus on something that you love to do daily, you're going to understand that Jesus Christ's way is the best way. So when you focus upon giving people knowledge every single day, and you're going to focus upon loving life every single day, you're going to focus upon giving people knowledge every single day, you're going to prosper. You're going to understand how to succeed. You're going to understand you're giving people value. You understand? But price your CDs and price everything you have. But for example, with the Nice Beautiful printing of books, I never do it because that's a waste of my time. You understand? I just do everything digitally now. You understand? Rush now, in my seminars, I come there. Rush now, you have to understand that in seminars and everything like that, you have to give them money. You have to understand, you have to go and call them up, and they set up the event for you. But you have to give some money for them to advertise you. You have to give some money here. And then they say, hey, I mean, we'll put you in the 1 month range over here to advertise your face for 1 month. I mean, give us some money over here so we can do that for you. I mean, guess what? I mean, do you want chairs? I mean, do you want tables around? I mean, what do you want around the event? I mean, give them money to set up for you, because 9 to 5 workers will do it, or else now they will do that for you if you give them money. You understand? So you have to understand that if you're ready to do seminars, you have to have money in your pocket to start the actual events. You understand? You have to organize that because they never do it for free. You understand? Or I mean, they never do it for free. You have to give of yourself. So if you give of yourself, I mean, have a 9 to 5 job, and then what you do is get the money and then go and give it to them. I mean, you guys just have to understand. I just did open the blinds over here. So when I open the blinds, you guys can see me much better. Right now, every single day, focus on understanding that since I work a 9 to 5 job, I work always. I never just work a 9 to 5 job. I never work a 9 to 5 job in my life. Understand? I work much better than that. I never need a 9 to 5 job. Understand? I work all the time. I'm always working. I mean, this is my work. Understand? I mean, guess what? I mean, this is more work that I've given you than anybody else right now. You understand? I've given you so much content over here that all those people who are working a 9 to 5 job are losing. You understand? I'm giving you this content is going to be for lifetimes. You understand? So what I do daily is I understand every single day. I open the blind so you can see me. So make sure you understand that you have to make better quality videos. So get yourself 4 or 5 phones or something like that so you can go and do your content. And then what you do is you understand that you go give money so that you can have internet so that you can upload your content. But then have a separate phone for just video work, and have a phone just for camera work, and have a phone just for shits and giggles. Understand? And now shits and giggles means to grow. Understand? I mean, make sure every single day that whatever you're doing, you're just always much more serious with yourself and your growth. Understand? You have to be serious with yourself. Understand? You have to understand to be honest with yourself. I mean, if you're serious with yourself, you have to be serious to grow. You understand? You have to understand every single day that I'm so serious about my work over here. I mean, there's no time for shits and giggles over here. You understand? I mean, there's no time for anything other than growth. You understand? I make sure I'm staying away from people from the past. So anybody who you met from the past, you remove them from your life. I mean, anybody who's been in your life already, I mean, never go back to them. You understand? Now, that's a step forward. If you never go back, you're going forward. And now, you may have beautiful family members around you. You understand? And now, those people who are your family members, you can say that you can care about them. You can care about them dearly in a free way. You understand? You're freely giving them support. You're giving them money freely. You understand? You're giving them what you have for free. You understand? You're calling them. You're saying, I love you. You're saying whatever. You just call them for free. You understand? Because it's your responsibility. You are the one that has to care for them. I mean, when people care for you, I mean, look at what they've given you. Or, they didn't raise you. You understand? I mean, guess what? I mean, call them as much as you can. I mean, try to raise them now, in a way. You understand? Now, that's the whole point. Now, that's why I'm saying that those people who, let's say, you have a son or a daughter, but you raise them 50 years. But then guess what? Whereas if you never try to contact your kids from that point because you say that you raised them for 50 years now, I mean, guess what? And now you believe you're something more than them, and you never need to care about them. Actually, that's never the way to go. You have to keep calling your kids. You have to keep calling your wife. You have to keep calling your husband. You have to keep calling the ones who did raise you, regardless of them, because they may be worse than yesterday. You understand? Or as they may be worse than yesterday, and now they never need to reply to you ever again. Or else now, you have to understand that when you go and do anything in your life, you have to understand that if you swear at people, or else now, you have to understand it's because it's a remark on yourself. Or else now, if people never want to reply to you, or else that's because of them and never you. You understand? Or else now, it's all because of you. You understand? Or else if they never want to reply, if they never want to reply to you, it's because of something you said. And now, you're just going to continue your life, but you never need them to reply to you. You understand? Or else you need to understand every single day to care about somebody in your life. You need to care about you the most. So the best gift you can give your parents every single day, or any type of children, or anything in terms of your friends, or anybody in life, is to make sure that you have your health, and that you're growing yourself, and you have a greater mindset, and that you're doing business as usual. That's much better than yesterday. And that's the best gift, and that's the best present with your mother and father and everything. Because what they want from you is that you're healthier, and that you're much better in terms of physique, and that you look better, and that you're more successful than ever before. Moshe, that's the best gift that you can give to your family and your kids and everything. You understand? Moshe, if you have nothing else to give, but you can only give yourself to be better than yesterday, Moshe, that's more than enough. You understand? Moshe, it's more enough that you are just giving something. I'm giving here. I never again have to give anything other than this video and much more. You understand? I have to be giving all the time something. I have to be giving you presents. I have to give you Christmas presents. I have to give you Jesus Christ. I have to give you everything. You understand? Because if you're blocking some kind of life force or some kind of information from your life, it's because you're arrogant. I mean, guess what? You're never arrogant, but never be blocking information from your life. I mean, be giving that information that you're trying to block. You understand? Because when you're giving information, you're never blocking in the first place. And that's why you're growing, you're learning, you're making sure every single day that you're consistent about what you are doing. And then you're understanding that no matter what, you have no time for just talking around. You understand? Rosh, now, if you're just having time to talk around with other people, Rosh, that's a waste of time. But if you just go toward the biological family or someone that you really care for and you just give them some of your time for free, you can do it. You understand? But never give people too much of your free time because they never value your free time. I promise you. You understand? Rosh, they never value your free time. I mean, that's as simple as that. You understand? I promise you. Now, guess what? I mean, they care about you, or else that if they're with you on the phone and they're talking about you, I'll show you that they really value you. You understand? Or if you just talk to them like this, they'll value you. You understand? But guess what? Or if you're giving your free time to everybody, I mean, that's when you lose yourself. I mean, your career is much more important than talking to everybody of this world. Your career and your legacy is much more important than going to every single individual in the neighborhood of Paul Macquarie in Australia, which is 25 million people. You want to knock on everybody's door to talk to them for free. I mean, guess what? I mean, grow up and understand every single day that you can talk to everybody for free in a YouTube video. Let them knock on your door instead. Let them come to you, but you go to ones that are most important to you. Who's the most important to you in your life? You must be the most important in your life. You must be the most important first, and then somebody else, and then somebody else, and then somebody else. But guess what? You love everybody equally. You understand? Guess what? You have to go and really, really value yourself the most, and that's it. If you go messaging people for free, you have to message yourself first. Understand? But if you go to other people and you message them to grow them, you can do it. But just understand that you're never wasting your time, but just understand that you have to care for somebody in your life. You have to care for yourself first and then other people. But understand this. The more you care in life, the better for you. You understand? The more you don't care, the more you never care, you have to care. You have to care about you. You have to care about this life overall. Because you've been given this life. You have to love it. You have to love your life. You have to be grateful for your life. You have to understand every single day that there's always more that you can do, and there's always more that you have to test out. You have to try more aspects of life. You have to understand, I went busking, I went to a 9-to-5 work, I had a girlfriend, I had sex with other people, I did lose my virginity before. I'm always a virgin now. Every single day, you have to understand that virginity, I'm always a virgin. Who said that you have to lose your virginity or something? Guess what? As soon as you have sex with other people, every single day, people are new virgins. Understand? Guess what? People are putting this value on people that they are the first one that ever put their genitals in this woman's genitals or something like that. They say they popped the cherry. Guess what? They're just drug addicts. You understand? Guess what? That never matters. You understand? What's important is understand that Jesus Christ never had sex with other people. You understand? Now everybody's a virgin. You understand? Everybody's a virgin. So if you understand that with sex with other people, what's important is never go having promiscuous sex with other people. And now I understand people shame that. And because of that, you have to understand it's because if you go and just be positive about everything, you have to understand that if you go having sex with other people, you then go destructive. You never go destructive, but I understand that it's because you have to delay gratification, is what I'm saying. I'm teaching you to delay gratification as much as you can, because that's always the best way. Anybody who goes to the drugs is always going to be something lower in life. Understand? Now, if you go away from drugs, you're going to be more in life. Understand? Now, everybody's more for me. Everybody's more. Understand? But if you do drugs, that means that you're going to consider yourself as something low. Understand? Now, you may even die earlier. You understand? Because of the drugs. I want you to live longer. So if you delay gratification, you will live longer. You'll live a longevity lifestyle. You'll live a better lifestyle every single day. Focus upon understanding that there's so much more to do and there's so much more to get ahead with. In a sense, so I'm posting these videos really quickly online every single day. I'm doing as much as I can. I'm focusing on understanding that the more you do, the better for you. In a sense, so what you need to do every single day is focus upon understanding that every single day it's about communicational skills and it's about growing your freedom. When you're growing your freedom, you're doing something that you love to do, you're making sure every single day you're focusing on your work and what you have to do, but the time is always now. Every single day focus on understanding that you're never stuck on numbers. Make sure you understand where your money is going, and then understand every single day that now, since you understand how you get real estate and how to really do this video, you have to understand that no matter what, you have to do more. You have to always recap the video. You have to summarize people's content. You have to understand to read more. You have to go online and see the news channels. You have to go sometimes to the Woolworths and also to the supermarkets and Coles and all these supermarkets in your area. Russia, all these supermarkets in your area and the restaurants and cafes have free Wi-Fi. So if you have no plastic money to give for Wi-Fi, I mean, guess what you do? You go to these cafes. I mean, give $3.50 and stay there for 8 hours and do your business at the cafe because they have great. I mean, they have great internet. But if you go to the library, you can actually get free Wi-Fi there, and you can actually sit there for free. You go there for free, and guess what? You upload your content there. I mean, go at the Coles and supermarket and also the Woolworths as well, and go get yourself discounts with prepaid vouchers, and get yourself 2 phones, and put one phone to have one number that everybody can call you on. And then another phone, such as this phone here, is a discount phone number. So you're always replacing SIM cards. You're replacing SIM cards because what happens is, I mean, I may get 2 SIM cards, for example, but let's say this one's Optus. I mean, I get the SIM card. I mean, guess what? I mean, I may go get another SIM card or a recharge voucher, but that's $35 per recharge. And I get 30 gigabytes, you understand? But guess what? Or is that they may be giving a new SIM card or a new number, and that number is $10 to get 30 gigabytes. Instead of me giving $35 for the same amount of gigabytes, I just change my SIM card and my number to get a new number by giving $10 to get 30 gigabytes. And I save $25. You understand? And that's what I do with 2 phones. But every single day, focus on doing that. I mean, every single time, I save $50 a month just doing this. You understand? But guess what? I mean, the more you save money, the more you can grow your money. You understand? I mean, guess what? Whereas the more you save yourself, the more you can live life. I mean, if you save your time and you save your money, if you save everything that you have, you always have it. You understand? I mean, never lose anything. I mean, try to save more. You understand? I mean, if you save over losing, you're the best. I mean, what's better? I mean, is it better to save money or to lose money? I mean, I'd rather save money. You understand? I mean, every single day, focus on understanding it's more that you save money over losing money. You understand? Now, Grant Cardone's #1 rules is never lose money. You understand? I've written down every single day, never lose yourself. I mean, that's what it means. I mean, every single day, focus on understanding that there's so much more of a world that you can go and achieve every single day. But make yourself a website and go and really, really advertise yourself online and put prices everywhere. You understand? And then what you do with the pricing of advertising now is understand this. I'll rush you, it works. Rush now, you have to understand that advertising yourself online works. You understand? Rush, if you give money toward advertising online, rush, it works. Rush now, if you just keep doing it, you're just raising your status. You're raising your vibe really quickly. You understand? And people are much more inclining themselves to visit you all the time. But guess what? Or is that now, since I understand that, I mean, if you give that money, you shall get some nice, beautiful content. You shall get some people coming into your content. But what's amazing is if you can never afford it, you can always afford it. You understand? I mean, go do something that you can afford. And that's it. Or if it never works out for you to go do advertising online with paid advertising, you go and do something else for free. I mean, go the free way. You understand? Or that's the best way to save money, is go the free way. You understand? Or now, if you understand that if you market yourself for free, eventually you can go do paid advertising too. Understand? But now, every single day, if you have all this money in your pocket, I mean, do you do paid advertising? I mean, of course you do. You understand? I mean, do you put yourself on television? You do it. I mean, guess what you can do? You can go on television right now, and you can be a life coach on television at the Channel 7 News or wherever in terms of the main channels of your country. You can go and advertise yourself on all 3 channels if you want, and just give them money on those times, and then have an audience for yourself and just go and really deliver. Like Zig Ziglar, for example. I mean, go and watch Zig Ziglar and his motivational shows and speeches in front of people. And he has a cameraman and he's in front of an audience and he's coaching people. You understand? And that's the only life coach that you never need. You need yourself. You need to understand every single day that when you really, really go and dwell a better way, you focus upon being on live television too, and then go and interview people on live television too. Understand? And make your own television show and make your own website showing and showcasing your free content and what you have and your prices and everything. Understand? So every single day, focus upon understanding that Armin van Buuren, for example, has a 24/7 show on YouTube of Astega Trance. I mean, you can always tune into it, and guess what? I mean, it's for free. I mean, he gives the money for it so that you can have it for free. I mean, guess what? I mean, that's his big promotion right here. Understand? Because he is the only one doing it. I mean, he's the only one that has a 24/7 channel show of trance music. You understand? Which now every single day, focus on understanding that it's so much more that you also make one for yourself. I mean, so if you go and promote yourself much more, You have to understand to be an enterprise. You have to understand every single day that entrepreneur means enterprise or company or brand. You understand? Whereas now, I understand every single day that my Instagram has the word I only. But I understand every single day that when I go and grow my I, I'm growing everything with me. I'm growing and making sure that my communicational skills is something much more. But I focus upon understanding that there's so much more business that I can do in this lifetime. But my Nice Beautiful business module right now is go give people plastic money right now to be in front of their face so that you can give them your business card. And if you're really good at what you do, they'll follow you for a lifetime. I mean, who? I mean, Tony Robbins? Let me get to his seminar and give him the most money to sit in the front seat to meet him eventually. You understand? Because people who are in the front seat of that seminar are going to meet the individual. And then what do you do with Grant Cardone face to face? I mean, what do you do with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Megan Fox and Michael Jackson and Bruce Lee and Eddie Murphy and Will Smith and Adam Sandler and all these people who are very famous? I mean, what do you do in their face? You give them your business card. You say, hey, here's my business card, man. I mean, follow me for a lifetime. I mean, that's it. I mean, guess what? You just want to get into you want to get into their face to have the recognition that they are going to follow you for life. And that's it. I mean, if you never get into their face, I mean, they'll never understand you. I mean, they'll never know you. I mean, I mean, they'll never even see you in this lifetime. I mean, get into their face first. I mean, say, hey, I give you $10,000 so that you can have my business card. And that's it. I mean, what's in your business card? I mean, I teach you everything about life every year. I mean, understand either way, that when you just go and follow me, you understand that. You understand what I mean. I mean, understand? And what else do you want to talk about with them? You can talk about life with them. You can talk about caring about something. You can talk about common interests with them. You understand? You can talk about something that they are doing in a day and then find about this story. I mean, find out about this story and how did you do this film and how did you do that and how did you do that and ask them questions. You understand? But if you're saying, hey, I mean, say happy birthday to David, man. I mean, who's David, man? I mean, just recently Arnold Schwarzenegger is coming out from some scenery and some guy says, I mean, say happy birthday to David, man. I mean, who's David, man? I mean, who's David? I mean, who's David? I mean, if I say happy birthday to Danny Milvojevic, I mean, who's Danny Milvojevic? I mean, who is that, man? I mean, I don't know who that is. I mean, there's a face over here showing you who Danny Milvojevic is. I mean, does the guy have an Instagram or something? I mean, does he have a YouTube channel? I mean, give me his business card, man. I want to see his life, man. You understand? I mean, who's David? I mean, David without a business card. I mean, I understand. I brush every single day that no matter what, you understand what I mean? I love I all the time, so I'm always focusing on understanding. You need a business card. You have to go and promote your name. You have to give money for your business to grow. Or that's it. Or I give $80 a month. I give around $100 a month just so that my business can grow. You understand? Rush, that's it. Rush now, every single day I use other people's money as much as I can. Rush now, I understand that no matter what, I'm using the government's money right now. You have to understand, I'm on the allowance right now. I'm using a handout from the government. But guess what? I'm also a psychologist. You understand? I'm working all the time. You understand? I'm always working. I'm always giving you this content. I mean, is it worth it for me to give you this content by receiving the money from the government? Rush, yeah. Rush, you understand? Because why? Because everything that they give me, I give it to you in a video right now. You understand? Whereas now, they may give me a certain amount of money every single fortnight or whatever, but I give you a certain amount of hours on YouTube. I mean, you understand? I'm still working, but I'm working. I'm getting that money, but I'm working differently than those people who are working on a 9-to-5 job. And now, those people who are working on a 9-to-5 job never receive government allowance or handouts or social security. I receive social security because I grab the money and I travel with it and I'm doing this nice, beautiful content here. But then they, who are working on a 9-to-5 job, are never doing this content. And then, or else people who are working on a 9-to-5 job are never doing YouTube channels. You understand? Because guess what? I understand that. And then guess what? Or else that they are also never receiving government support either. I mean, they are working for the money and traveling to places that they work for in terms of the money. And they're giving their own money that they work for. And that's it. I give the money that I work for in terms of that I give you in this video, or else everything in terms of my information that I've given you right now is all the money I have. But I receive money from other people and I use other people's money rather than working for the money. I'd rather receive handouts from the government than go to a 9-to-5 job to work for that money. Understand? I'd rather receive money from the government and travel with the money from the government all around Australia and do this video content rather than doing a 9-to-5 job over this. Understand? I'd rather do this content for free and charge you with this content to make money on my content rather than working a 9-to-5 job. Understand? Because what the 9-to-5 job enables me to do is I get to go and become a psychologist with a master's degree. I mean, I make $100,000 then. I mean, which way do you want me to go? I mean, I can either go YouTube way and receive money from the government, or I can go the 9-to-5 job and get the master's degree and do this content as well. I mean, guess what? I mean, do the whole picture. I mean, do everything together. I mean, guess what? I choose to work all the time, regardless of what I'm doing. But I understand that what's more important is stay away from 9-to-5 job as much as you can and use social security and government support and the handouts from the government to do something online on YouTube and get yourself into a better state of mind first, and then go to a 9-to-5 job and become a master's degree in something. And then guess what? You use up all that money, you create nice, beautiful seminars around your town, and you get real estate with that money that you work with in terms of that you gain from the 9-to-5 job. You get the real estate, and you start packing on the real estate around the corner. And then guess what? I mean, eventually you leave the 9-to-5 job and you go around the world traveling, and your cash flow from the real estate is working for itself. And then you're just famous. You're just regardlessly learning much more. You understand? And if you choose to leave the 9-to-5 job, you can always come back to the 9-to-5 job and you still have your master's degree. You still make $100,000 every single year. You understand? But there's no time to work a 9-to-5 job. You understand? You have to be around traveling. So make sure you make enough money first to make sure that you go around the world traveling, so you never have to work a 9-to-5 job. I promise you, isn't that simple? I promise you, it's that simple. Now, if you understand how to do that, what you do is you charge people online for your content, and then guess what? You can make it now. You never have to work a day in your life. But guess what? You have to work a day in your life. Now, you always have to work. You have to understand, you never have to work a 9-to-5 job, ever. Understand? Nobody's forcing you to work a 9-to-5 job unless you are. I never choose to work a 9-to-5 job. If you go to a 9-to-5 job, you never consider that 9-to-5 job. You consider it just daily life. You understand? You just make sure it's something that's growing you, and that's it. Now, if you understand how to grow now, every single day I focus upon giving you growth information. I'm a life coach. I'm the best life coach on the planet. I mean, you'll never find a better life coach than me. I mean, there's nobody better than me. You understand? Now, I'm always learning. I'm always giving you. I have Bible studies. I have to do some Bible studies as well. Now, every single day, focus on understanding that no matter what you want, you can always achieve it much greater. Every single day, focus on giving much more. You have to be giving. You have to understand. You have to be ahead of the game. You have to understand every single day that there's more to do. There's always more information work to do. There's always more time for everything. But I understand that time is always now. Understand? I see 3:37, but everything is time in terms of now. Everything is now every single day. So focus on understanding that whatever you're doing in life, you can achieve more for yourself. You can do more for yourself. You can understand that you have to go and pack on the skills. You have to go and be on the offense about your life. You have to understand every single day to do much more than yesterday, and you'll focus upon a better life like that. You understand every single day that there's always more to do, and then focus upon understanding to help people with that information daily. But get so great with your communicational skills that you go and start your YouTube channel and start doing Serbian work on YouTube or Balkan or anything in terms of other languages as well, and start to really coach people in other languages as well. So what you need to do is realize every single day that you enable yourself to talk better in that language first by writing in a journal, and then guess what? Eventually, you just get up on the video and you do it. It's really quickly that you do it. You understand? I promise you, every single day, if you're a Spanish, go do Spanish content as well. Understand? Because we want you in English and Spanish. We want you to do something, or else we want you in English and Spanish, and we want you to do some Italian work as well. I'm pretty sure I just know my word I only. Now, if I understand anything that I said, I just said the word I. Now, every single day, I'm always simplifying all my words and answers, but I understand now that I'm much more better because I'm always growing in my communication. I'm always growing in what I have. But we want you to understand every single day that no matter what, you have to be much more aware about how you talk and speak with yourself all day long. But go and do some music production and then go and really enjoy your life every single day. And go understand that no matter what you want, you can achieve it. You just have to understand that if you want to get on Netflix, for example, you have to have a TV show. You have to do a TV show. If you give money for a TV show to promote yourself on TV, you have a cameraman, perhaps you'll all be beautiful, perhaps a camera woman or cameraman or camera person. Now, guess what? Now, either way, you have to go and really talk it up in front of an audience and make a show or a 12 series show or something like that, and then post it on Netflix. You call them up. And say, hey, I have a free show over here. Do you want it? Guess what? They want it. You understand? That's that. Either way, you're going to post it on YouTube anyway. Understand? So either way, it's your content, but everybody can see it. Understand? And guess what? It's all for free. Understand? Approach, if you're calling other people to do some service, approach, if you need a service from other people, you have to call them and give them information for their service. Approach, now, if you understand, I'm in the WWE, there's the World Wrestling Federation, but guess what? I have AEW as well. I have AEW. And now guess what? I have all these wrestling shows that I can go on. You understand? I can go on actual TV. I can go on the live TV. So anywhere in terms of life where you can find live TV shows, you can find people who are doing acting shows around town. And guess what? You just ask them. You say, I'll give you an information service for your nice, beautiful deed. I mean, you understand? And you get on their acting shows as well, if you want to. Now, what you do is you make live events around everything, and then make sure you understand that you just go and perform what they need in terms of information from you. Because if you have the skills they need in terms of information products, you can also get some TV time as well for maybe 12 weeks or something. You just be with them for 12 weeks, but it's a contract, but you're doing it for free. You're doing it and you're giving them money for it, you understand? But guess what? Or else that you're going to help them and their company for 12 weeks with information products, but they're going to give you free time on TV. Understand? Because they may assign you as general manager of WWE in terms of the World Wrestling Federation, and they have a whole bunch of people watching all the time. So what happens is you say, I'm Danny Milivojevic. You guys have to understand that no matter what. And now, if you're promoting a name on the actual WWE, you can promote your name in front of everybody. You guys can find me on Instagram, but guess what? You guys have to understand that I'm an entertainer. I mean, you guys are ready for me? I mean, guess what? I mean, you guys want to see Stone Cold Steve Austin today? I mean, you understand? I mean, guess what? I mean, every single day, no matter what, you just have to go and promote yourself. And you have to entertain the crowd. You have to be able to speak on the microphone. You have to understand every single day that those people who can speak on the microphone can do anything. Approach is that simple. So every single day, that if you go and really, really perform in communicational skills daily, and you go and really love your life all the time, you have to understand that many people get me in the wrong idea. I mean, they get me in the right idea. Approach, nothing is never anything other than you. You understand? Although nothing is ever wrong and nothing is ever right. Roshi, everything is only ever right and wrong with you. You understand? Roshi, now every single day, focus on you more than anything else. You understand that many people never love me because they never love themselves. And that's how simple it is. Roshi, I always understand that those people who have worse than yesterday habits are the ones who hate everybody and never just me. So I just continue going my way. And saying I go the better way. I never go the crowd's way anymore because the crowd's way is never what I need. I need something greater than the crowd. I understand that I go to the crowd to see all the ideas only. You understand? Roshi, I can see them from far out. I can see all the ideas that they have. You understand? Roshi, now I have to go somewhere better. I have to go Jesus Christ because Jesus Christ teaches me more than the crowd does. You understand? Roshi, now either way, Roshi, that's honest. Roshi, now every single day, focus on understanding that if you're going and really, really dwelling upon anything that you want, Roshi, if people want you on their TV shows, I mean, you go for free. You go for free. You never charge that because they have attention. You go get the attention. So if somebody can give you attention for free or wants to interview you online, you do it for free. You do it for free. But if they want you over there with them and you have the money, you go. You give the money. I mean, if they want you over there, you say, do you want to give me some money so I can be with you over there? I mean, now they can support you like that. You can ask. You can say, I'm honest. Or we can do it online. I have no worries. Or, I mean, just be honest about it. Or now, either way, I mean, they may want to give you $3,000 or something to get there. You understand? But guess what? Or else that's how it is. You understand? Or now, every single day, focus on understanding that if you want other people to finance you, you just make sure you need the financing first. You understand? Roger, that's that. Roger, now, even though, Roger, now, if they're asking you something, you have to say, hey, I am charging $200,000 to get to New York, mate. You understand? I mean, guess what? I mean, never ever try to say to them that you need the financing or something like that. Understand? Roger, now, if you understand that, Roger, it's even better for you now. I mean, why is that? Because if they say, hey, come to New York, you say, hey, I mean, I'm charging $200,000 to get to New York. I mean, why is that? Because guess what? I'm doing the content for free, mate. I'm doing the content for free already. I mean, why do I need to come to your show for? I mean, I never need your show, man. You understand? And that's why you can charge them, or else you can charge them when you never need them. You understand? But if you need them, or else if you need them and not asking for you, and then you're asking for some money, I mean, guess what? You ask for some money. You understand? You have to. Or that's it. You have to ask for the financing. And that's what I've been doing the whole time. Or now, guess what? But regardless, you never go for free. You go for free as well. You go for free. But guess what? You have to understand that some cases where people are asking you to do a keynote speech, you charge them $200,000 per speech. You understand? I'll do that. I mean, guess what? You never want to give me a speech in my lifetime. Approach, there's somebody out there that wants to give me a speech. Or there's somebody out there that wants to give me one speech in my lifetime. I mean, you understand? I can make it. I mean, there's somebody out there that wants to have me as their coach in front of a public speaking seminar, and they want to give me whatever I ask for. I mean, understand? I mean, there's nobody else that's charging more than me in keynote speeches today. I'm charging more than all of them. You understand? Daniel Locke. I mean, he's charging 150,000. I charge 200,000. You understand? I mean, why? Because I want to do more. I deserve more. You understand? Of course, there's some people out there who want to actually have Danny Milivojevic around, because guess what? I'm charging. You understand? I'm giving you content for free. You understand? And that's it. Actually, that's how I am. Actually, I make in one day. I mean, I make $200,000 in one day. I mean, you understand? I make $200. I make $200,000 in 1 hour, man. You understand? And that, I mean, really quickly. You understand? Actually, now you want to have me around touring. I mean, guess what? I mean, I charge over here, man. I charge for all that. And then I charge $200,000 per keynote speech, man. You want to have me? You can afford me? I mean, let's go. You understand? I never need your stupid product. I have a product already. I have Jesus Christ. You understand? And that's it. I never need them to call me to tour me to Asia and to Africa, to Serbia with them. I never need to go with them on the plane. You understand? I mean, there are actually people who are going, and they're all beautiful people, but everybody in terms of life is going with these people who are, let's say, I mean, people are promoting people here. You understand? Operation now, keynote speeches are going with a crew of keynote speeches to certain areas around the world to make events around them. You understand? Operation now, I never need to do that unless they give me some money. You understand? Operation, that's it. I mean, what do you believe this is? I mean, what? I never need your product. I never need them to tour me anywhere. You understand? Or you want to tour me? I mean, 200,000 per speech. You want to take me to Africa? I mean, 200,000. You want to take me to Asia? I mean, $200,000 again. I mean, you want to take me to America? I mean, 200,000, mate. I mean, how many areas do you want to take me to in America? You want to take me to 5 areas? I mean, that's $1 million you have to give me. I mean, are you able to afford me? Or that's how it is. You understand? Or now, if you have the money, do you go for free though? Or now, if you have the money already, you go for free. You have to. Or if you have the money, or now, guess what? If you have the money, you go and support yourself, and guess what? You say, hey, I already have everything that you ever need. I already have all that, man. I already have all that. I mean, I charge, again, $200,000. Because guess what? I never need your event. I'm creating my own events. I'm already going to Africa. I'm already going to Asia. I'm already going over here, man. I'm already going everywhere. I mean, why do I need to come with you, man? I mean, why do I need to come with you when I'm already going there? I'm already going with myself. I'm going with my crew. I mean, why do I need to go with your crew when I have my crew? I mean, if you want me with your crew, you have my business card. Yeah, you have to give me 200,000. I mean, that's it. I mean, but the free attention. I mean, I get my free attention already, man. I have free attention. I create these massive events around the world. I mean, why do I have to come to your public speaking gig, man? Understand? I mean, what for? I mean, understand? I mean, that's it. I mean, guess what, Iris? Now, if you're nice about it, and if you just want to go for free, I mean, you just want to go and experience it without charging, you can do it as well. You never have to charge them, man. You never have to charge them. I mean, if they ask me now to go with them, I'll show you something now. Roger, at the moment, now, if they ask me to go right now, Roger, I go for free. I go for free. But guess what? I charge them again. I charge them $200,000 right now. Understand? I charge them right now. I mean, guess what? I make it already. I have everything already. Understand? I'm going around the world, traveling everywhere. I never need them at all. Understand? Roger, that's it. Roger, now, if you realize that if you just go around the world, traveling and doing your life and charging people everywhere, Roger, it's your life. I mean, you have the money because they never care about you. I mean, they never care about you. I mean, understand? I mean, you want my content? I mean, you have to follow me, man. You have to read from me if you want my content. I mean, you want me your house? I mean, what for? Or you want me to marry your woman? I mean, you want me to marry your daughter? I mean, what for? I mean, what kind of value does she have? I mean, what kind of value? I mean, if I have a wife, I mean, forget it. I mean, I mean, what? I mean, I never need you. I never need any of you. You understand? Which that's how it is. Which now every single day focus upon understanding that when you're rich and you find a poor family, which the father wants you to get with the daughter. I mean, big deal. I mean, big deal. You want me to? I mean, I'm rich now. I mean, where were you when I was poor? I mean, where were you guys out there, doggers? I mean, where were you when I was so poor to ask me that? I mean, no, you never want to ask me when I was poor, huh? I mean, now you want to ask me to go with your daughter because I'm rich. I mean, forget it. That's it. Whereas now, every single day, if your daughter wants me, I mean, she has to chase me, man. That's it, man. I'm a player. That's it. I go around having everything I ever want, mate. That's it. I have much more woman than your daughter. That's it. I have more woman than your daughter, man. That's it. Whereas now, every single day, focus on understanding what I mean. That's it. I work now every single day, focus on understanding. I have all these strippers around me. I have everything around me. Understand? I mean, that's how it is. I have everything around me, man. I never need your daughter. I mean, she's never stupid, but I never need her. You understand? But that's how it is. I never need your wife either. You understand? Right now, that's what you need to do. You need to go telling people that too. And that's it. I mean, you guys want me when I'm rich, but when I'm poor, I'm never poor, mate. I was poor, but many people never want me when I was poor. You understand? Whereas now, I never want poor people around me. And then I never need your poor family around me. I never need your poor family around me, man. I mean, what? I mean, every single day, focus on understanding that I'm just being nice, you know. I never need you in my life. Whereas that's it. Whereas now, every single day, focus upon understanding I'm always growing. Yes, now I'm growing my information product. I'm focusing on understanding that I charge everybody now. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. You understand? I have so much value to give that my information product is speaking for itself now. You understand? I go give busking performances for free. But guess what? I mean, online, they see $200,000 for a keynote speech. You understand? Whereas that's that. What should I make my life now? I mean, that's it. I'm 28. I'm already charging $200,000. I'm 28 and I'm charging $200,000 per keynote speech already. I mean, you can level me. You can say, hey, you're 17 years of age and you're charging $1 million per keynote speech. I mean, go for it. I mean, go. I mean, it never makes you bigger than me. I mean, you have 500 hours of content. I have 20,000 hours of content. You're charging $1 million, huh? You're charging $1 million. I do more than you. You understand? I'm rushing out every single day, focus on understanding that no matter what you charge, I mean, go charge what you want. I mean, if you love it, you go for it. I mean, I'm never in competition with you, man. You understand? I'm growing myself over here. I mean, what are you trying to prove? I mean, go for yourself. I mean, if you want to do that, you can do it. I mean, every single day, focus on understanding that you can never outlevel me. You can never outlevel me. You understand? I'm much better than everything. You understand? Actually, nothing can outlevel my eye. I mean, my eye is everything. I mean, how can you outdo my eye? You can never outdo my eye. You can never do it. You can only do you. You understand? You can do you. I can do I. I mean, my eye is everything. You understand? Whereas now, every single day, focus on understanding you can do anything you set your mind to. You understand? But I make sure you understand. I do results. I mean, if you really want to prove, I mean, I can say whatever I want, but you have to outdo it, man. You have to outdo me then. You have to understand that there is nothing else to say other than grow. You understand? I mean, make sure you're growing, and make sure you're understanding that no matter what you're doing daily, that you're performing the best you can, and you're giving people content as fast as you can because it's the best way to grow. Watch now, people of the past and everybody around me now is watching this YouTube star growing. You understand? Watch everybody's saying this guy's going to be somebody. Watch just recently at the Sydney, Australia, they're all laughing at me. Watch they're laughing at me doing a public speaking speech on the street in front of people. I'm actually, yeah. Watch now, guess what? I'll be richer. I'll get richer and richer and richer. And guess what? I start doing it again and again in front of people. You understand? Because I have all the money in the world. You understand? Watch, you want to kill me? I mean, go ahead. I have everything already. I'm happy to leave. Understand? I'm very, very courageous. Understand? Watch now, if you want to make money, as Grant Cardone says, I mean, guess what? You have to go and say courage is money. Understand? I mean, if you want more courage, you need to have more money. You have to understand that. You understand? You have to have everything in life. Watch now, I see many women going for little, small individuals. You understand? I mean, what for? I mean, little, tiny pebbles in life. What's so good about now? I mean, they're going for the looks or something. When you go for looks, huh? I mean, guess what? I mean, every single day, I'm the best looking man alive today. I'm the best looking man alive because I'm doing more than all of you. You understand? I'm doing more than all of you in information today. I mean, nobody's doing more than me. Understand? Because that's how I grow. Or else because that's how I grow, I teach people how to grow. I teach people more than anybody else. Understand? I brush it every single day. I focus on Jesus Christ because that's who teaches me more than anything. Understand? Because it's really I. I mean, it's really I who teaches me more than anything. I. Right now, everything in terms of I is over me. Understand? Right now, every single day, I focus on understanding that there is so much more to communicate. I understand I have to be strong about this. I have to be strong about everything I have. But if you're a music star or if you're a music producer or whatever you are, you have to start creating your landscaping sites. You have to start getting on airgigs.com and start getting on soundbetter.com and start getting on Fiverr and Upwork.com. I mean, start getting on these landscaping pay-per-views and all these landscaping products. I mean, start charging people everywhere. I mean, start having an understanding to do your work everywhere and start pricing yourself everywhere. And understand now that if you go approaching people now online, you can also price them as well. You can also talk to people online right now and then price them. You can call people up and price them too if you want to. I mean, you're going to get many no's. I promise you. Guess what? I mean, who cares about them? I mean, you have products to sell. I mean, regardless of them. I mean, understand? Or Russia, if they say no, Russia, it's because they have no money, man. You understand? Russia, that's it. Russia, now, every single day, focus on understanding you be the one solely understanding that everybody else is chasing you. I mean, never chase the woman and the man. I mean, make them chase you because you're something better. I mean, you want that information, you want that sentence, I'll give it to you for $100, man. I'll give it to you for everything, mate. Because I understand my eye, mate. I understand my eye. I mean, do you understand? I never do it for the money. I do it for my eye only. I mean, you say, I do it. I mean, you say, I charge you $100 to gain that. You understand? Whereas now, every single day, you must understand that no matter what, that if you want a sentence from me, I say, hey, you have to give me $100 to get that information right. You have to give me $1,000. You have to give me $1 million to get that information. You understand? So what you do is understand that now, make yourself a Nice Beautiful event list online and make sure that everybody else can find you and where you're giving your content online every single day, and go and focus on these landscaping sites. So try to go and do some eBay as well, and try to understand drop shipping and start drop shipping everything as much as you can, and doing eBay and drop shipping on eBay as much as you can, all these products, and do as much as you can. I mean, everything that anybody can sell. I mean, everything that anybody can sell. I mean, I know my eye only. I mean, anything that anybody can sell, you have to go and sell that. You never do it for the money, but you go and sell that, and then every single day focus on understanding your communicational skills is you. You have to go towards you. You have to understand that every single day. You have to focus on drop shipping. You have to focus upon selling everything that you can today. But guess what? Or is that it's all going to be in your website. Okay. I mean, everything's going to be in your website. Right now, that's the trick. Right now, what you are selling in your website is solely for you. Understand? That's that. Now, if you understand that there is no website where you're going to drop sell anything, where it's going to be somebody else controlling or something, as I say, it's more that if you drop ship all this company stuff, you go and create all this stuff. I mean, such as eBay, for example. I mean, if you put something on eBay, everybody on eBay can see that. I mean, understand? If you go and drop ship something on certain sites or any sites, on those sites, people who go on those sites can go and get something from you. I mean, now on Shopify, the Shopify store is solely yours only, so everybody can see it's your shop. Understand? So what you do is you should drop ship anything that you want to sell only. I mean, understand? Because if you have 1 million products on your website, I mean, guess what? I mean, people are going to say no. I mean, you have to understand. I mean, guess what? I mean, somebody may say yes. I mean, I'm honest about that. But if you have all these products, you have to understand you put your brand products on it, and that's it. I mean, only ever sell your merchandise products. You understand? But if you want to have an iPhone business as well, and you want to sell technology on eBay, and now on eBay, you sell whatever you want. I mean, that's a nice, beautiful function of eBay, which is you can go on eBay today and sell everything that they sell on eBay. But nobody understands other than you that it's you. I understand? Now, guess what? Now, people can see you on eBay. And you have to understand that you can also link that into your Instagram. And you can say, hey, you're selling phones over here. You can show people that you're doing that. But what's amazing is that otherwise you're going to be helping people. You're going to be helping people here. And now people will never appreciate you for doing this. But go and give it to them anyway. I mean, go give them the knowledge that you're doing it on eBay. And guess what you're going to be doing? You're just going to say something that, hey, you're selling, come and get my products on eBay or something like that. I understand? So every single day, you say, I need you to come and get my products. You understand? Right now, every single day, focus on understanding that if you create a Shopify store, you put all your Nice Beautiful merchandise, your hats, your shoulder bag, or whatever you have in terms of your products. And now your products, I want you to sell information only. Right now, if you sell information only, that's the best way to sell somebody. Understand? It's the best way to sell somebody on information products. Now, everybody needs information. There's no, now, if it's anything to do with a no, where somebody says they never want to give you the money that you're looking for in terms of the information product, it's because they are underneath that number. You understand? If I say, you want that question, you have to give me $100, but they say no, it's because they have the $100 in their pocket. You understand? That's why. It's always that way. You understand? Because if you ask me to give you a certain amount, and let's say I never gave it to you, it's because I never have it. Now, if they have to prove it to you, they have to give it to you to prove it to you, and that's it. You understand? If I ask you for $1,000, but you give it to me, you're somebody who has money. You're somebody who has money. But if I ask you, and you never have it, it means that you never even have $1,000 in your pocket. Why else are you holding back? Why are you holding back then? Why? Guess what? Now you can hold back. You can say, hey, I'll get your information somewhere else. It's a smart tactic. You understand? But guess what? I realize that it's mostly, understand this, that if you do say that to me, I don't understand you're honest. If they never say that to you, it's because they're broke. Now what are some ways that you understand that other people never want to give you money, but they have it? They may say, hey, I have Jesus Christ. I already have that information. I'm doing that information already. I have my mentors who are doing that information. I have other people who are giving that information. I already have that service. I'm already doing that. You understand? I'm approaching out. Those are the answer question formats. You have to understand that if they say that, they never have to give you the money. But if they never say that and you say, if they're saying that they don't have the money or they're saying no only, it's because they have no bank accounts. You understand? They're never giving you a reason to why they're saying no. If they just say no, if they say that they don't have the money, it's just straightforward. You understand? But if I say, if you say, hey, you have to give me $1,000 to get this information, I say, guess what? I already have that information. I already said no to you in that information there. I don't have to say no. Guess what? Or is that I can say no. What you can say is, you have to give me $1,000 to get this information. I say no, because I already have the information with my mentors. Now you can understand. I said no with you right here in the sentence, but then I point you into the reason why I never give you the money. You understand? That's it. Now Grant Cardone sells the real estate for $10,000 in terms of his book courses. But I say, hey, Grant Cardone, you already have your courses in your YouTube channel. And he says, you're very smart, dude, man. You're very smart, dude. Understand? Because guess what? I was like, those people who are calling him and all this in terms of his real estate products, guess what he says? You understand that if you're creating an event around the world, you understand, hey, you have to put some bonuses into your Nice Beautiful accounts. You have to understand you have to have seed packages, you have to sell these events, and you have to create a website that's promoting this one event. You understand? So if you do that, it's the better way. So you have to understand to copy Grant Cardone and copy I in terms of how I sell my products and everything in terms of what I do. I understand every single day, focus on understanding that now, since you have this big event around you, you create one website with this event. Understand? You go and create this event, and then make sure you promote it ahead of time, and then make sure it happens every single year in one place. And then what you do, you have to understand that eventually you want to make it every single week somewhere. Understand? Or you want to make that event every single week somewhere because you have to afford it. Understand? Or that's the goal. Or look at Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins is doing 52 events around the world every single week. Or you have to do that. You have to do that all the time. You understand? So no matter what, the guy's always traveling to these countries to do these events. Or that's his whole business. Or now that's it. Or that's all you have to do. Or now every single day you do that. or actually focus upon understanding that everybody is different. Though I'm a music producer as well, so I want to create events around music production as well, and never just life coaching. You understand? Because I'm making music too. I want to perform my music everywhere. You understand? So what I do is I fly the jet somewhere, and I get there and I do my music instead. Instead, because I have the real estate that's really giving me the money to have the jet. You understand? So every single day, accumulate all this real estate for yourself, and you have the next 72 years to do so. So you have plenty of time for yourself. So make sure every single day you're focusing on understanding that if you have to fight, you just make sure you fight in a better time. I mean, if you have to do something to make sure that whatever you have to do, you have to do it in a better time. You have to understand every single day I'm teaching you something. So I understand that no matter what, that if you go and understand much better, to never ever touch other people and never touch non-human animals, but let them touch you. You understand? Which that's it. Which now, if they touch you, you give them a business card. Which that's my number one rule. Or if they touch you on the skin, actually, you literally give them a business card as well. I mean, if they talk to you first, you give them a business card as well. But then guess what happens? You start going away from them as much as possible. And I mean, if you talk to somebody and they never want to say hi at first, you never talk to them. You never talk to those people who want to do themselves. You understand? Because if they want to talk to you, you guess what? You can answer those people, but then say, hey, I mean, guess what? I thank you very much. I thank you very much. I understand. I mean, you try to kill the conversation. I mean, try to kill the conversation with those people. I mean, say, hey, I mean, do you have $1,000 to talk to me, man? I mean, if they're so smart and positive with you, and they just want to talk to you all day long, man. I mean, guess what? I mean, do you have $1,000 to give me, man, to talk to me? I mean, I'm never a time waster, mate. I'm never a time waster. But listen, you listen to me now. I understand that you want to talk. I mean, do you have $1,000 to talk to me? I mean, if they say no, I mean, guess what? I mean, do you have $500 to talk to me? I mean, if they say no, I mean, do you have $200 to talk to me, man? I mean, if they say no, I mean, do you have $50 to talk to me? I mean, if they say no, I mean, do you have $20 to talk to me? I mean, no. I mean, do you have $10 to talk to me? I mean, guess what? I mean, if they say yes, I mean, I'll give you 5 minutes of my time, man. I mean, guess what? I mean, you have to give them 5 months of your time. I mean, you have to give them 5 minutes of your time. I mean, guess what? You can if you want. I mean, guess what? I mean, sell them on $10. Understand? But it's 10 minutes, or it's 5 minutes of your time. And then time them as well. Understand? But do it once in your lifetime. Understand? But guess what? Or else if they have that $10 to give you, to talk to you, you have to also understand, you have to give them a time limit too. You understand? Because guess what lawyers do? Russian lawyers say every single minute we charge you this amount. I mean, per minute. I mean, they charge per minute. You understand? I love why. Russian, every single day focus on understanding that if somebody gives you the money to talk to you, you say, this is how much you talk to me for only. Otherwise, it's no deal, mate. I mean, you say, otherwise, it's no deal. I mean, if they give you $1 million to talk to you, you say 1 hour, Russian now, you say 10 minutes to talk to me only. You say 10 minutes per $1 million that you give me. You understand? I mean, my time is valuable, man. I mean, my time is valuable. Rush, that's it. Rush, now, if you understand that, Rush, that's that. You just move on then. Rush, now, if they say, hey, I mean, for how long? I mean, you can talk to me, you can give me $10. You can talk to me for 2 minutes. I have to go somewhere, man. I mean, you can talk to me for 1 minute. I mean, guess what? I mean, you have $10. You can talk to me for 1 minute. I have to go somewhere. I mean, what do you want, really, from me? I mean, what do you want, man? I mean, what? You gave me $10. I mean, what do you want? But guess what? You have to understand that if they ask for a refund over here, you never give them a refund. You just walk away. You understand? You just walk away as quickly as possible. You exceed you exceed the expectations by giving them what they want. And then guess what? Or as if they cause you violence, or as if they're trying to cause you violence to get that money back, you just give them the stupid money. You understand? I mean, give them the stupid money. You understand? I mean, hand it over to them by hand and never throw it at them. You understand? I mean, guess what? I mean, even better for you. It's an even better tactic. You give it to them and you say, I apologize, man. I mean, you can have your money, man. I just go this way. But you're looking better, at least. I mean, why do you want to get into violence over $10? I mean, so guess what? I mean, just give them the money then. I mean, let them win. You understand? I mean, just move on. I mean, understand? I mean, that's it. I mean, every single day, focus on never ever going to that individual again. And that's it. Russian now, focus on you and focus on making sure you're doing better than yesterday. And then just make sure you're always understanding that these are all tactics. I mean, understand? But what you need to do now is integrate all this nice, beautiful social media and then understand to have a business and to have a brand and to have yourself in that brand, and then understand either way that you have to go and do YouTube products and social media products, and then understand you have to orchestrate yourself to be somebody, and then understand either way you have to have a Shopify store, you have to be giving $100 for your business every single month, understand? And then I realize how much work that is, understand? But I'm giving you the nice bit of information to do so. Right now, every single day, follow me and what I say, and then you understand I do it. You understand? Right now, every single day, I'm doing myself what I say that I do. Right now, every single day, I'm focusing upon a better life. But then understand, you have to be always life coaching yourself and charging other people now. You understand? You have to make these big events around you, and then eventually, you want to make a radio show online of yourself, 24/7 talking and doing music production and all that, and then making sure every single day you're doing something of high caliber for yourself to make sure that whatever you want, you can achieve it. You can go and approach people if you want. And now, if you want to go and approach people online to try to sell them on something, I promise you can go and do it. You can go and do it. You understand? But guess what? I promise you, most people are going to say no. Right now, if you're doing that, I'd rather you do this. I'd rather you make them come to you. I'd rather you make them come to you because it's the best way. The best way to make money is make other people come to you. Now, when they come to you, you have free customers here, you price them, and that's it. Guess what? They come to you, and that's it. You have to accept that. But if you go to them and you get 1 million no's for trying to get some money from them, you just wasted. You actually did waste a bunch of time before. You understand? But guess what? If you give 1 million hours of your time, but they just said no to your offer, that's 1 million hours of your time, man. Why are you going to them for? Let them come to you. So you never have to waste your time. Understand? That's that. Now, if you set up these nice, beautiful landscaping sites online, they'll come to you first. You just set up your profile as best as you can. Understand? Now, it's the same thing as dating sites, for example, on Twitter and all this, in terms of the Tinder and all that. Make them come to you. If you are going on these sex sites and all that, if you subscribe to all that, make them come to you. Understand? Never go messaging them. Make them come to you and just let them understand to have an online presence. They'll come to you. They'll message you. You understand? It's that simple. That's how you get anything you want. But if you're traveling and you're going from Port Macquarie to Coffs Harbour and you're staying 1 day at a time or 1 week at a time here and there, these dating sites never work. You understand? They never work. I can see that. How can you grab a woman or a man from Sydney when you have to be in Perth the next day? I understand. How do you do that? I understand. Because guess what? You're in a rush, man. What do you want? You want sex or do you want Perth? What do you want? You have to understand to trade time over here. But understand every single day that if you're focusing on doing audio products and video products and anything of audio quality, you have to export the audio from this video also. And then guess what? You have to do your videos and then export the audio from the video and then sell the audio on audible.com and also these audio sites online, and then go and post it everywhere and price it as well. That's it. If you understand that, every single day, focus on understanding that you're giving free products and free material every single day, but everything's integrating itself. You have to have your own website. You have to make people come to your website. And that's it. You have to be so popular. And now, if you go busking performances, you are having the best time of your life over here because it's all for free. It's free marketing advice right now. Go and get yourself a busking performance license, and then go and give live performances about what you do and put a nice beautiful portrait and promote yourself all day there. 8 hours in Sydney every single day, you're going to become somebody big. You understand? Now, if people choose to come into your videos to talk with you, you allow them because you're in the video. You can enjoy yourself. You can see that people are going to learn from you on how you read and how other people are treating you. Now, that's the best technique. If they're criticizing you for 1 hour and you're just reading from them, you're teaching people how to be as well. You understand? That's the whole point. Now, if you understand how to build your attitude every single day, you have it. You understand? You have everything you ever need right now. But go and be a stock market trader too. And go and learn stock market trading as well. And understand either way. You open an account and start really learning how to make this money work. You understand? That's it. Now, if you understand how to do everything, you can become rich. You have to understand how to do everything. You have to understand technology. You have to understand health. You have to understand nutrition. You have to understand the 9 to 5 too. You have to understand how it is to become a middle-class individual. You have to understand how it is to be poor. You have to understand how it is. You have to understand how it is to be poverty. You have to understand how it is. You have to understand how it is to be homeless. You have to understand how it is to be ultra rich and to travel the world and to travel Australia and to travel everywhere and to also do live performances and to price yourself and to do it for free also. You have to understand everything, man. I mean, that's the whole life. You understand? I mean, you have to understand how it is to do everything that other people are doing. You understand? But do it in Jesus Christ's name. I mean, if you understand how to follow the Ten Commandments while doing everything, I mean, you understand the best way. Right now, every single day, focus on understanding that there's more that I can give you in this video. So I understand every single day, I focus upon understanding that if you're giving knowledge every single day, you're going to focus on practicing your material every single day. Because I need people to be jealous of me. I need haters. I need people who are just far below me. You understand? I need people who are just less successful than me because I want to give more. I want to have more. I want to make sure everybody has more in life. So I give them the abundance in words that they need every single day to focus upon understanding that I'm doing everything on the microphone. I mean, do you understand? I own the microphone. You understand? You have to be a public speaker. You have to be understanding that no matter what, that this information product is worth it, isn't it? I'm pretty sure I gave it to you for free. You understand? Now, every single day, understand that no matter what, it's because that I give it to you for free that I improve. I improve because you're learning while you're talking. I learned 3 hours of information in this video. In essence, I'm learning all the time how to really perform a greater job for myself. I'm learning every single day how to really do everything I can to make sure that everything is prosperous. So I'm enjoying making sure I'm always away from drug addicts. I'm always making sure I'm away from other people because I understand how to grow. I understand that when I grow, I do more and more and more. I'm making sure every single day that time's working on my side and in my favor and that I'm growing everybody around me all the time because that's how I grow my business. I grow my business through making sure that everybody around me has the best potential and the best aspects of life. You understand? Because my work succeeds everything. You understand? I need you to make sure everything is Jesus Christ. Everything is the word I. Now, if you understand that, you then understand that I over Jesus Christ. Now, you have to understand I is even more important than Jesus Christ. You understand? Now, every single day, Jesus Christ wants you to understand that. You have to understand, you have to have high value. You have to understand every single day that if you go around the world traveling and pricing people everywhere, you're going to have the best lifestyle. You're going to have grace. You're going to have grace. You're going to have bliss. You're going to have peace. You're going to have motivation and drive to succeed. And you're going to be in front of famous people and give them money so that they can see your business card. I mean, once they follow you for life, you're just somebody in their face, and that's it. You're famous in another realm. I mean, they're famous and you're famous. You understand? I mean, go to famous people and go to stars and make them say something about you. You understand? I mean, make famous people promote you. You understand? Because when famous people promote you, I mean, guess what happens? You shine it up real nice to other people and let them see that you are with stars in life. You understand? Which that's how it is. So make sure you're promoting yourself and them in a video, and then guess what? You're going to enjoy the greatest quality of life. You understand? Because you deserve it. You deserve everything. But if you understand every single day that you invite stars and people and public speakers to your events, you are now a even bigger star because you are inviting all these people. You're the host. You understand? Russia did just 20 people were public speaking at your event, but you're the host at the event. You understand? You are even far bigger. But I understand either way that if you show up to other people's hosting of you, you're the greatest. You're even greater than those people who are hosting you. You understand? That's how it's meant to be. I mean, who cares if they're hosting other people? I mean, guess what? I mean, who cares if they have these big public speaking events? You never need them. You never need them in life. That's it. You just need yourself. You just need to be able to grow. You need to understand that those people who read are going to prosper. I've been reading from the age of 22. Really, I started to read from the age of 22. You understand? I really started to go online and I understand I've been reading from the age of 22 consciously and picking my mentors. I understand 1 hour a day by Brian Tracy, and then guess what? I went to 3 hours a day by Bill Gates. I see Bill Gates reads 3 hours a day, and then I start to read even more than that. You understand? I started to do 9 hours a day. I started to do 10 hours a day. I started to do 24 hours a day. I'm reading all the time now. You understand? I now never need to read in this lifetime because I have my word I. You understand? I mean, what do I do now? I just do the information. I do all the information now. I have everything in Jesus Christ information now because I understand now. I understand what I'm honest about. I understand now I can always just go and live my life to the fullest, and then I just make sure I'm always performing. I'm performing in a better way. I'm performing to make sure I'm giving you the information you deserve because you deserve it. You deserve something great. I understand either way. I make sure I do the content. I mean, people can see my results really quickly. I mean, 3 hours here. I mean, 3 hours there. I mean, 3 hours there. I mean, whoa. I mean, it's been 3 hours, but the guy's already done 9 hours of content. I mean, how fast? I mean, it's already been 7 days, but the guy's done 21 hours of content, man. You understand? I understand how I am. I realize either way, you must catch up to me, man. Or actually, if you want to outwork me, you have to understand you have to do more than 3 hours a day of content. I mean, every single day, focus on understanding. That's what I mean. So when you really understand that you go and be the best you can every single day, and focus on understanding that you have to love yourself, you have to understand that those people who look worse than yesterday are hating you also, because they hate themselves. I mean, when they look in the better than yesterday, you're also understanding that they love you. I love you so much because I'm better than yesterday. You understand? I teach you everything about life because I'm a life coach.